The Spirit are set to take the ice. But first, get all the game day information you need. It's time for Countdown to Face-Off on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey, WSGW.
Tonight, North Bay Battalion visits Saginaw to take on the Spirit for the one and only time this season. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. We are pleased to welcome you to Saginaw inside the Dow Event Center and up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. My name's Dylan Clark. So glad you could be with us here tonight. Brad Waltz will join us later on in the show. And between Saginaw and North Bay, two hockey teams that are looking for a different Saturday night than they saw on Friday night. Saginaw heavily outshot 40-22 in a 5-2 loss in Kitchener at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium last night. North Bay, a 7-goal second period against down I-75 against the Flint Firebirds, resulted in a 9-3 loss. So these two teams a little bit surly on this Saturday night, looking to take it out on each other. Take a look at our numbers in this game, a couple of NHL drafted prospects to keep an eye on, and maybe players that both of these two teams are looking to count on a little bit more. Between Ethan Procession, Shamar Moses, and Liam Amadovsky, three NHL drafted players, 17 points through 44 man games for those three players. And on the Saginaw side of things, between Jacob Kluche and Miroslav Shatan, 10 points through 31 man games between those two to this point in the season. Two teams in kind of the middle of the pack right now. North Bay 6th place in the Eastern Conference. Saginaw just on the fringe of the OHL Western Conference's playoff picture in 8th place right now. So they look to use this early part of November to get themselves further up in the standings, further up back in the playoff picture, and kind of right the ship here. A couple of players to keep an eye on in tonight's game. We don't often see too many brother matchups, but it's always a treat when we do. Brant Harper, a free agent signing of these North Bay Battalion, spent last year between Tri-City and Des Moines of the USHL. His first game in a Battalion uniform, a goal and an assist for 2 points against the Oshawa Generals. He's got 7 points in 17 games to start his OHL career. The older brother of Saginaw's Levi Harper across the way for the Saginaw Spirit. He had a similar start to his OHL career, a goal and an assist for 2 points in his first career OHL game. That was a victory for Saginaw up in Sault Ste. Marie back on September the 19th. He's on a 7-game scoring streak. Levi Harper, the younger of the two brothers, is a late birth year, so not eligible for the NHL draft until 2027. Leads Saginaw defenseman in scoring, 18 points in 18 games. He's got a Hlinka Gretzky gold medal to go with him as well. Levi Harper for Saginaw, taking on his older brother, Brant Harper, across the way for the North Bay Battalion. Two teams looking to get back in the win column tonight. We take a break. We come back and we sat down with Spirit head coach Chris Lasry, talking about righting the ship here. Lessons pulled from last night's loss against the Kitchener Rangers, and what do they see? What do they expect from this North Bay Battalion team reeling after a 9-3 loss to Flint last night? Back after this with Coach's Corner here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber is your local Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer. Family owned, locally trusted. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at your local Jeep and Ram dealer. Garber, Bay Road, Saginaw. Online 24/7 at GarberCDJR.com.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Too many people end up in the retirement penalty box, paying more in taxes, missing out on healthcare options, or skating without a plan. At McIntosh & Associates, we help keep your game sharp with clear, personalized retirement strategies. Let's build a plan that works in every period of life. Call 989-692-2200 or visit wealthmichigan.com. McIntosh & Associates, retirement made clear.
Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
We're Durolast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Durolast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Duralast, the world's best roof.
Now, get inside analysis directly from the Spirit coaching staff. This is Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner as the Spirit hosts the North Bay Battalion on this Saturday night, joined by Spirit head coach Chris Lazary. And Coach, going back to the game against Kitchener last night, pulling positives from it, you blanked the Kitchener Ranger power play on 3 opportunities. Is that a positive that you hope to parlay into things here in this evening's game?
Our power play has to, or our penalty kill has to be a lot better at second last in the league. Good that we blanked Kitchener, but we're looking for consistency out of it. No different than other parts of our game. Just night to night, just trying to figure out what we're going to get here and trying to get into a consistent game or identity or effort. That's been our focus here.
Hayden Marks throws the body around a little bit last night, gets you guys a power play out of it. Is that something that you're maybe asking him to provide a little bit more consistently, or for somebody to provide a little bit more consistency, just that extra physical edge?
Well, as a team, we want to be harder to play against. Hayden has to understand what his identity is and what he is as a player, and that's part of it, is being physical on players. And I think he does give this that night to night. That's the part of the game I think he loves the most. And now the clean hit, big hit, was a weak side exit. He hit his job coming down, and then ends up in a fight as a result and answers the bell. But he needs to continue to do more of that. But guys in our team need to continue to have that physical, hard to play against element.
Trevor Thoyer to start this game with Sebastian Gervais and Jacob Cloutier. He was a factor in last night's game. What have you seen out of him as his rookie season progresses?
Yeah, I think he's starting to settle into the league and understand how we're trying to play. And he was out of the lineup earlier ago, and then his minutes were down, but he's put himself in a spot. I have no choice to put him up based on how he's playing, and it's his job now to continue to improve and progress, to keep that position and try to move up farther in the lineup. But I've liked this game, man. He's playing hard. He's getting to the net. He's creating scoring chances. Those are all the things we're asking him to do, plus others. But he's been consistent. And some other guys have moved their way down. They've got to find their game and be a little bit better. But there's competition for spots on this team. We have more bodies than we do lineup spots. We have Rauscher coming in here this week from Europe. It's just going to add another element to our group, and it's going to make it hard for guys to get in the lineup.
Well, Zach Wilson gets back in here tonight, another 7 defenseman night. What do you need to see out of him if he wants to try and stay in a little bit more?
Yeah, you got to be able to defend. You got to be able to break a puck out. You got to be able to kill plays in transition with your gap routes, defending our net. We have some big D. That's your identity, man. The guys that do it the best will play. The player that's out, odd man rushes, chasing pucks in the D zone. Hard for you to go back-to-back in the lineup when we have another guy with a similar style that wants in the lineup. So it's good. There's some competition. These guys are learning that. We need that inside of our group. If you're comfortable, I just don't think you progress. If you're on your toes all the time, every shift matters. We're trying to get that mentality in our group to keep the energy up. We'll see what he brings tonight.
And lastly, a North Bay team with a rough finish last night in Flint. What do you expect out of them here tonight to try and close out the weekend?
Yeah, they're going to come out hot. Anytime, I know when I look at the scores and see the team we're going to play gets beat by a significant amount, you're in for a game the next night. That's just the reality of sports. And you know what? I'm glad. I'd rather have a team revved up coming in here trying to play to make sure that we're on our best. We got a young group that's trying to learn how to win in this league and trying to learn what it takes to win nightly in this league. And getting teams at their best is what we want.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That's Chris Lazary, Saginaw, taking on the North Bay Battalion tonight. Back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. There's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, We collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
For North Bay here to the Dow Event Center this season. We'll take a look at our starting lineups for this game as both teams look to get back in the win column. Starters brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University, your community-engaged university here in the Great Lakes Bay region. Nolan Laird starts out on the left side with Ignat Pazzi at center. Liram Amadovsky on the right side. Minnesota Wild fourth rounder here for North Bay. Bronson Ryan and Brant Harper, brother of Levi, starts on the blue line here for the Battalion. For Saginaw, under the head coaching of Chris Lazary, Dima Zhilkin has been reunited with Igor Barabanov and Nikita Klepov. Josh Glavin, and again, Levi Harper, leading rookie scorer in the OHL among defensemen on the back end for the Saginaw Spirit. Starting lineups for tonight's game brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University. One more break, anthems, and then it's puck drop here between the Spirit and the Battalion. We're back after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Unwind on a fall color tour or simply wander a while on scenic trails. Handpick ripe apples and pumpkins, savor warm donuts and fresh-pressed cider, and slip into the coziness of harvest season. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at gogreat.com.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
Get it all at Garber Chevrolet Saginaw. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall experience. Our expert technicians are factory trained to the highest standards, keeping your vehicle in top condition. And we have everything for your automotive needs, even tires. Get to Garber Chevy Saginaw today and see how you get it all at Garber. Gratiot Road, Saginaw. Online, GarberChevroletSaginaw.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
So, we're finally ready to plan for retirement, but who do we trust?
Our friends at TriStar Trust. They've been here for 25 years right here in our community, and they'll be here for the next 25.
That's the kind of team I want in my corner.
TriStar Trust helps you plan your retirement, manage your investments, and build the future you've been dreaming of. Because when it comes to your goals, it's your time to shine. Visit TriStarTrust.com.
Spirit Hockey
Harmer holds it out wide. Centers. Kluchek scores!
lives
Looking for the stretch pass to Zilkin. It'll pop off the wall and lay down for him. Zilkin scores!
here.
Picked up by Harmer. In with speed. Carson Harmer shoots. He scores! Carson Harmer!
The radio home of your Saginaw Spirit is WSGW 100.5 FM. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. Now it's game time. Live from the rink to your radio. Here is the first period play-by-play with the voice of Saginaw Spirit Hockey, Dylan Clark.
Star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Melanie Litsky with the national anthems here inside the Dow Event Center on this Saturday night. Starting goaltenders for tonight's game brought to you by NetSource One, the official technology provider of the Saginaw Spirit. North Bay goes with Jack Lisson. Did see some action yesterday against the Flint Firebirds. He was installed in the second period. Saw 4 goals against, 2 wins on the season. Goals against average of 2.65, save percentage of .908 heading into tonight's contest. Jack Lisson looking for a clean slate. This is his game here against the Saginaw Spirit tonight. And across the way, Caleb Papineau. Last time he saw the North Bay Battalion, it was an 8-3 win for Saginaw. He stopped 27 out of 30 back on March the 2nd. 4 games on the season. This is his 5th appearance of the year. His last start, an 18-save victory against the Windsor Spitfires in Windsor back on October the 26th. Your officials for tonight's game brought to you by WNEM TV5, Kevin MacArthur and Derek Riseborough. The referees, Riley Brass and Michael Whaley, are the linesmen. Dylan Clark alongside Brad Walsh. And Walshy, 2 teams looking to shake off disappointing Friday night. Saginaw outmatched, outgunned against the Kitchener Rangers last night. North Bay, a second period collapse, 7 goals against. They fall to the Flint Firebirds 9-3. When you see 2 teams maybe reeling after a loss like that, it sets up for a pretty promising and pretty exciting Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, excuse me. I mean, yeah, it's a long bus ride home from Kitchener. And you're thinking about it the whole way home. Now you got a chance to redeem yourself tonight.
Igor Barabanov against Ignat Pazzi, our Delta College opening faceoff. And Amidovsky sweeps in here for the North Bay Battalion to put it back in. Josh Flavin, they're on it for Saginaw. First collision of the game. Barabanov gets back up. Harper finds Klepov. Cross corner dump, and this is Brant Harper of North Bay. Liam Amidovsky going to shoulder through Barabanov, and you hear the hooping and hollering from the North Bay bench. Levi Harper turned down. Nolan Laird going to pick things up and backhand it around. Saginaw's Klepov is there. Throws it towards the net off the stick of the defenseman Bronson Ride. He turns around on the far side board. 6'7", 212 pounds for North Bay's lone overager. This is now Ignat Pazzi down the right side, trying to get the inside shoulder on Thoyer right to the net. They're going to roll and hit the crossbar, and the net is off. 45 seconds into this game, the first major scoring chance. Looks like it's a heavy metal shot for Ignat Pazzi coming back the other way.
That was really close. I mean, Pazzi took it all the way to the net and had a great opportunity.
Gets the inside positioning there on Thoyer, and the quick release up off the bar. So a close call to start things out here for the Battalion. And maybe a collective sigh of relief on the Saginaw bench.
From up here, it almost looked backfired.
I was thinking the same thing. You and I looked at each other. I was kind of thinking the same thing for a split second. Replay conclusive. We'll stay scoreless here in the first 60 seconds of this one. Off the skate of Kluche, poked away from Wellenreiter by Saginaw's James Go. Trevor Thoyer now for Sebastian Gervais in the left wing circle. 2 Battalion players to him. Bouncer knocked down by Gervais. Parker Vaughn on this. The former Barry Cole trying to advance it for Ethan Procession. North Bay captain chops it around. Wellenreiter is there. Back in behind the Spirit. Net the pass there on and off the stick of Parker Vaughn. Watched by James Go. Deposits it back in behind the net of Caleb Papineau. Up the near side. Boards closed off by Trevor Thoyer. Was Wellenreiter. Procession tries to sweep it back down. Blake Barnes back and forth looking for some help from Thoyer. Procession across the goal mouth and out the other side. That'll be fired back around by Aaron Enright. As his teammates make a line change here. About 2 minutes gone in the first period. No score. One close call. And that puck deflected in off the stick of Saginaw's Sebastian Gervais. Now a line change. And the Carson Harmer line can come out. This is angled back into Hayden Barch's corner of the Spirit end. Off the wall for Graydon Jones. Good little slip. Given away nearly there by Carson Harmer. He's back up through center ice. Battalion take it away and fire this back into the Spirit end. And that will draw up an icing here. 17:52 in the first period. No score, no shots. One off the goalpost. One close call in the feeling out process early on here in this game. Carson Harmer, a goal last night against the Kitchener Rangers in a 5-2 loss. Snapped the 5-game goal drought for Saginaw's third-round pick in 2023. Barabanov between Klepov and Zhilkin in the offensive zone here. Barabanov and Evgeny Dubrovtsev. A little bit of extra instruction prior to that face-off. This is angled back up in the neutral zone. Dubrovtsev off the near side boards. Graydon Jones back to pick this up with Bart. Saginaw with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen again here tonight. Barabanov just trying to angle this one back in. A turning puck glove down by Dima Zhilkin. Shamar Moses taken away by Saginaw's Klepov. Now loose in between the face-off dots and Brant Harper. Up the near side. Casually intercepted by Igor Barabanov. Maybe a chance back down with Zhilkin trying to feed him in front. Nicely broken up by Adrian Manzo. This will be brought up by Jax Pereira, the rookie. Down the left wing. Puts this back in behind the net of Caleb Papineau. And Pereira going to run right through Josh Glavin. 3-on-2 coming back the other direction though for Saginaw. Klepov, their leading scorer. Barabanov can't get the shot away. Procession saw to that steal. And this is Shamar Moses back down the right side. 5th rounder to the Florida Panthers this past summer. Moses turns around with Glavin. Waiting right there for the loose puck is Barabanov, Saginaw's other goal scorer last night in Kitchener. Harper for Klepov. The extra wave in there is Zhilkin. Nolan Laird down the right side here for the Battalion. Gets into Glavin's corner again. 19-year-old defenseman here for the Spirit, looking to make a backhanded pass now. He's got 2 troops on him. Lewandowski's going to steal and stumble and throw it in front. And the paddle of Papineau kept that out of danger. This is Pazzi. Off the left point, Aaron Enright now for Greer. Leading scorer from the back end for the North Bay Battalion with 9 points for Kent Greer. Collision back down below the goal line, and Levi Harper locking up with Ignat Pazzi. Glavin, some stick work there. No more puck for him. Pazzi for Laird, then back to the point. Enright now for Greer. Shot intentionally wide, pops back out. Rebound chance, big save by Papineau. Second scoring opportunity of the game is the first shot on goal. Nick Sema, Saginaw's overager, leads the counterattack. Looking to get something going here after about 4 and some change gone in this first period. Enright thrown up and recovered here by Greer. Looking back on through. Greer starts the rush into the offensive end for North Bay. Gets untangled by Klepov and Storch, and Wellenreiter almost a steal. He's going to carry James Go with him to the net, but not the puck. Manzo from the point. Shot into traffic. That one tipped wide on the blocker side of Papineau. Liam Storch turned around by Parker Vaughn. The puck picked up and moved by Saginaw's Blake Barnes. Now for James Go. Short little drop-off pass from Miroslav Satan. Cross-ice pass. Can't find Storch. Vaughn is there. Barnes misfired on the intended hit. This is Procession down to the goal line. Handcuffed. Doesn't get a shot away. Nicely watched by Satan. Klepov drilled by Vaughn. Stays on his skates and gets the puck to Liam Storch. Dropped back in the goaltender Jack Lisson to get his first touch on it. Collides with Carter Kunaposki. Little friendly fire there from one of his defensemen, but the Battalion do get things back in and they get another line change here. Sebastian Gervais for Hayden Barch. Stolen. This is Dubrovtsev. Zach Wilson picks it up back and behind the Spirit net. He gets flattened there by Ryder Carey. Wilson pops back up. And another collision as Dubrovtsev closes that hit off on Jacob Klutze, but Trevor Thoyer's into the offensive end. Brant Harper takes that puck away from him, and Sebastian Gervais trying to repay the physical favor. This puck back in neutral ice. Wilson's hit by Cronin. Brant Harper back in behind the North Bay goal. Sebastian Gervais directly to him. Ryder Carey. Backhanded pass out of the zone. Saginaw's Levi Harper off the skate of Dubrovsky. Back in behind as Papineau drops it off for Graydon Jones. More conversations between these two sides during the line change. Kent Greer picks it back up in behind his own net. Off the boards, cut off by Saginaw's Harper. Gervais takes a tumble. Jax Pereira sorts himself out on the North Bay blue line and steps this one back into the offensive end. Fan on the pass for Shamar Moses. Barabanov on the steal for Saginaw. Surrounded by green jerseys, though. Dina Zilkin has to follow on. Backhanded pass, skated into by Graydon Jones. Cuts up at the hash mark, tries to find Zilkin. Barabanov and then Zilkin. Barabanov again. In behind the North Bay net. Back in front. Levi Harper has some room. Looking to manufacture some more. Looking for the cross-ice pass. Rolls off, I think, the heel of his stick. So Jax Pereira takes it the other way. Barabanov looked like he wanted to step into him. Levi Harper back behind the Spirit net. Almost 7 minutes gone in this first period. Just the one shot on goal. Here comes Zilkin into the right wing circle. Shaves away from Bronson Rice. Cross-ice pass on the backhand. Picked up by James Go. Thrown in front. Backdoor tap in. And they score. It's Klepov. First shot of the game. Almost 7 minutes into it. And Nikita Klepov's got his 14th of the season to make a 1-0 lead for Saginaw.
Now, what a play there. James Go. You expected him. He thought about turning back and kind of setting up on the blue line, but he had enough room to take it to the net, and Klepov was right there on the back door.
Saginaw's beer line Trombley Electric light the lamp goal, and thought that may have gone off the skate of the Battalion defender cutting on through the crease, but the needle was threaded perfectly by James Go. Give him 12 assists on the season. And Klepov, goal number 14. He's hit 30 points here in his 19th OHL game. Scott Wheeler of The Athletic just recently put out his early rankings here for the 2026 NHL draft. Klepov continuing to rise, had him ranked at number 23. And if these performances continue, that number might get a little bit higher up in the first round. Here comes Amadovsky on the counterattack for the Battalion. Broken up by Saginaw's Blake Barnes. Ignat Pazzi curls up in the corner. Manzo won the puck at the point, has it, takes a shot into traffic, stop by Papineau. Didn't see it till the last second, but he's able to make the stop. Shooting percentages high right now. 12:27 left in the first, 1-0 on the goal from Klepov. Back after this.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Ryan Coe to create your personal price plan today.
Hi, this is Graydon Jones, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
Welcome back inside the Dow Event Center. 12:27 left in this first period. 1-0 on the one shot on the board here for the Saginaw Spirit. Off the stick of Nikita Klepov. He continues his offensively gifted ways here in his 19th game of OHL action. 6 straight games with a point for Klepov now. He was held to just an assist last night in Kitchener. Back in the goal column is Saginaw's leading scorer. Amadovsky as the Battalion trying to get it back. This is Laird. A shot gets blocked. Lavin and Bartz both sold out for it. Ignat Pazzi hit a crossbar earlier in this game. We'll be looking for more here, and quite a bit of time left in it. The centering pass is cut off by Saginaw's Carson Harmer. Laird back up for Manzo. Shot well wide, bounces off the wall. This is Amadovsky. Walks the circle, gets away from Glavin, cuts back one more time. Cross-ice pass picked up by Manzo. The rising shot into the glass. Popoy out to center. Trying to dance on through everybody. Brody Popoy looking for reinforcements. Shatan was an option. Cross-ice intercepted. This is Ignat Pazzi. 2 against 3 now down the wing, though. Has a lane and a shot right on into the midsection. Caleb Papineau able to swallow that up with the chest protector. 11:33 to go in this first period. Ulti, things opening up a little bit more here in the first. A little strange to go that long without shots on goal, but we're starting to see some offense manufactured here.
Yeah, and it's been a physical game. I mean, the quickest way to get engaged is to be hit or throw a hit. and both teams are doing it right now. It's going to be a good hockey game.
Battalion came out throwing the weight around. Saw Zach Wilson take a check on the Saginaw side of things. Jacob Kluche as well. Just the second game of the season for Wilson after being brought over in a trade. Seeing action against his former team in the North Bay Battalion. They drafted him in the third round back in 2023. Shot off the faceoff. A good blocker save by Papineau on Wellenreiter. Up at the left point. Aaron Enright. Xander Valeris, the lone healthy scratch here for Chris Lazary tonight. Scores put into the boards, and you heard the Spirit bench boss hint at the impending arrival of Uri Rauja, Saginaw's final import draft selection from this past summer. Long shot from the point, kicked out by the pad of Papineau. Jilkin off the wall. Greer just disrupted by Storch. Satan walks into it. Storch cross-ice pass. Jilkin can't turn that into a scoring opportunity. This one brought back out. Procession down the wing. Into the offensive zone. Stops up at the circle. That one's into James Go's skate. Takes a piece of Miroslav Satan. Get back up at the point. Long shot and ends up. Blocker saved by Papineau. The shots are coming a little bit more frequently now. Papineau been able to see them all through traffic. Or maybe the lack thereof in front of the net. Kent Greer's intended pass all the way out and down. 10:35 to go. And icing here in the first period. And it is good to see Caleb Papineau getting into things early here. Made 11 saves in relief of Stepan Shurigan November the 2nd against Brantford. But again, his last start came back on October the 26th. And for a goaltender, you want to see your first handful of stops. You want to see the puck as much as you can. You don't want to have to battle through a screen. Spirit have been helping their goaltender out. He hasn't had to look around too much, at least early on here in this first period. Parker Vaughn can't get it out of the North Bay zone. This is James Go to turn it back in. Manzo can't get it around Igor Barabanov. Dubratsev back up through center. Into the offensive zone. No more puck for him. Evgeny Dubratsev back in behind the net. Now the battle between Pronin and Blake Barnes. Now it's James Go, and he's without a stick. Picked up by Ryder Carey. Rolling puck in the circle, snapped wide. Bronson Ryan holds at the left point. He's cut off by Saginaw's Jilkin. Can he spring Barabanov? The high flip back out into the North Bay zone, too far ahead of his center. So on the recovery. Barnes takes a check. Move for Barabanov. Swept cross ice. Here's a chance. Klepov looking in front for Trevor Thoyer. Pass too far ahead. Thoyer can't bunt that down back and behind the North Bay goal. Klepov there for support. Thoyer goes rolling off the hip of Evgeny Dubratsev. Brant Harper. Glove down by Barabanov at the offensive blue line. For Saginaw's Thoyer. Wheeled back around. This is Klepov. Stick check there at the last second. Otherwise, he would have found somebody in front. And a bouncing puck on the chance from Thoyer. Goes up over the crossbar. The goaltender, Jack Lisson, down in the butterfly. 2 against 2 back in the corner. Turning puck is flipped out past Saginaw's Levi Harper. So that means Josh Glavin's after it. And the rolling puck. Picked up in between the face-off dots. Harper's got it. 7-game scoring streak for Levi Harper. He and his brother lock shoulders there. Now Jax Pereira can't get this out of the North Bay zone. Nick Seema threw some sticks. Puck will be picked up by Shamar Moses. Ethan Procession down the left side. Jax Pereira had a step there. Levi Harper took it away. Shamar Moses back out of the corner. Up to the top of the zone. Greer. Top of the circle, swept to the net. Pat saved Papineau. The rebound chance off his right toe as well. Jax Pereira was right there. This one back around too far for Papineau to play. Pereira again. Slip in front, looking for Shamar Moses. That was knocked away by Levi Harper. Kluche spin out on the far boards before he can get the puck out of the Spirit end. Shamar Moses again looking for Pereira in front. This one picked up by Saginaw's Gervais. Settled down by Nick Seema into the offensive end. Trying to move on through. Nice move by Seema. And a save by Lisson on the backhanded shot. Up at the right point. Barnes. Harmer has some room. Takes a shot off the body. Save made. The rebound is loose. It squirts to the corner. Amadovsky. Back up to Ignat Pazzi. Saginaw getting a couple of more chances here as offside is Amadovsky. Face off to come outside the Spirit end. And again, since that Klepov goal, really Saginaw's first real bit of scoring chances there created by Seema and Harper.
Yeah, Harper has really come along the last couple games. Obviously scored last night, doing what he does best, going to the net, and just being a hard-nosed hockey player.
That is how Saginaw scored both of their goals last night. Igor Barabanov hard to the net, scores on a rebound chance. Carson Harmer had to get his nose dirty in the blue paint as well. He's going to lead things back the other way and dish this puck off to Liam Storch. 1-0 on the goal by Klepov. This puck angled back out to center ice. It's James Go. A little trouble with the linesman. Nolan Laird drops it off. Laird Mamadovsky looking to go back to the point. Out at center, Manzo has to pick things up and wheel it back around. The skipping puck will get past James Go, but Laird puts it in deep. Blake Barnes, his outlet pass, disrupted by Procession. Wellenreiter, hit by Brody Papoy. Parker Vaughn put it back onto the stick of Saginaw Storch. The outlet pass, bunted out of the air. This is Papoy into the offensive end for the Spirit, trying to use the most of the time that he can. Puck taken away in the corner, past Barabanov. Another collision. This is Procession. The North Bay captain able to find Kent Greer out the other side. Brent Harper, rather. Jones around. Another big-time collision. As Wilson, a little bit of a reverse hit, but look out. Here's a chance in front of the save by Papineau on Procession. Papineau looked behind him. He made the save. Wilson moves this one here for Graydon Jones. Outlet pass. Taken by Klepov. Near side, Igor Barabanov. Shifting out. Back for Klepov. Between the dots. Shot save made by Lisson. Rebound turnaround chance by Zilkin. And Jack Lisson's got that one as well. Couple of good defensive stick checks there for North Bay. Otherwise, maybe some better shooting opportunities for Saginaw's top line.
Yeah, and it's definitely surprising. I mean, noticing now, goalie's a little backwards in there. Has the glove on the opposite side. It can scare you a little bit looking up at him in the goal scorer.
Jack Lisson, right-handed catching netminder. Caleb Papineau, there you see that chance prior to Saginaw's. On Ethan Procession. And this is poked back out to the neutral zone. It's rare to see a right-handed catching netminder. It's rarer to see two of them on the same team. As here's Cronin down the right side. Put back in front. And the Battalion bury it. Brilliant cross-ice pass. It's put home by Ryder Carey. His third of the season. 6:04 left in this first period. And the North Bay Battalion tying this game at 1.
Well, like you said, what a play by Brampton. Not Brampton, North Bay. Great pass over from Cronin. Carey easily puts it in the back of the net.
You're regressing back to your playing days. Absolutely correct, though. Great passing play. Arseny Pronin, second-round import selection for North Bay this year. He and Evgeny Dubrovtsev have been providing, as this puck is into the crowd, a lot of the offense for North Bay this season. They do it again. They link up with Ryder Carey. Tie hockey game here inside the final 6 minutes. Exciting in this first period. We're back after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You really do get it all at Garber Chevrolet in Linwood. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience that will keep you coming back. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see us. Get a better overall experience and lease for less in Linwood. Garber Chevrolet Linwood, M13, north of Bay City. Online, garberlinwood.com. Chevrolet, together. Let's drive.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Welcome back inside the Dow Event Center. 1-1 here between the Spirit and the Battalion. Arseny Pronin to Ryder Carey in the back of the net just prior to this break to tie the game up at 1.
North Bay Battalion.
Yes, the North Bay Battalion. A little slip there from our OHL alum. Been in North Bay for some time now, but that's all right. Shot off the skate of the linesman. Miroslav Shatan as the Spirit trying to get things back in. Aaron Enright. Waved that by Ryder Carey. The Battalion still awaiting the return of Ryder Cali. Missing right now his 5th game in a row. As the Spirit won't lose too much sleep over that, though. Their leading scorer, 11 points in 13 games. B-ranked prospect on the NHL Central Scouting's list. The collision there will send Niksima flying off of Dubravtsev. Lake Barnes here in the final 5 and some change of the first period. It is Era's night here inside the Dow Event Center, presented by University of Michigan at Flint. We'll talk with some of our folks from the U of M at Flint coming up in the first intermission. You may have heard over the loudspeaker some of the Taylor tunes going on inside the building.
I've done my research on her, Dylan. I know a lot about her.
What'd you
I'm
come
a big
up with?
fan. Well, her lucky number's 13, so I'm thinking there's going to be a big night from Posey and Harmer.
Is that so? I like that. I like looking at the numbers that way. I like it. Manzo from the point. Shot gets tipped on its way through. We'll talk with Saginaw's Levi Harper coming up in the second period about playing against his brother for probably the first time in a long time. Shamar Moses out of the corner, moves it up high. Kapodoritis opened up like he wanted the one-timer. Moses moving away from Harmer. Kapodoritis will get that one-timer, and it's a stick save for Papineau right into his own glove, and maybe a little bit of a flyby there from Jax Pereira. You don't always plan it that way, but the stick save puts the puck right up into the glove. Hangs on for a draw, 4:40 to go in the first period, and the Spirit will be up in North Bay coming up next week, part of their Barrie Sudbury North Bay trip. And that is, I believe, as close as Caleb Papineau gets to home here in the OHL circuit. 4 hours from Cochrane, 373 kilometers. I know the Papineau family comes down and they usually make that trip. Amadovsky off the draw. That shot blocked by Thoyer. Grant Harper now. Shot into traffic and a glove save. Stopped there by Papineau. It is a significantly longer drive from North Bay to the hometown of Grant Harper and Levi Harper of Tampa, Florida. You'd be in a car for a long time on that one. So we'll see just how often friends and family get to see the Harper brothers here in the OHL. Trevor Thoyer out of a D-zone faceoff. A nice move to get free at center, and in with speed is Jacob Kluchek. Poked off the puck by Bronson Ryan. Kluchek closed off by Amadovsky. This is Ignat Pazzi. Up through center. Laird lost the puck. Carson Harmer, yet to be seen if that 13 is lucky tonight. A shot by Thoyer goes wide. Grant Harper on it. Thoyer into him. Nolan Laird comes away with it after those two back off. Carson Harmer for Thoyer, and the rising shot goes wide. Back at the point. Hayden Bartz keeps it in. Wheels that puck around and escapes Jacob Kluche. Right back to him, trying to find Carson Harmer from the goal line. In front, looking for Kluche, goes off his skate. This is Nolan Laird on the outlet pass to Amadovsky. Lots of room as Jones gets over to get in the way, and the shot gets snapped wide. Rebound off the boards. Pazzi out of the corner. Jilkin on Pazzi. Throws it back down. This is Wellenreiter. Held up by Graydon Jones. Got to get off of him to avoid any chance of a hooking or a holding call. This one flipped back out. Enright to knock it down. Moses. Watched by Jones. Puck out to center. Procession. Cross ice. Greer has Klepov waiting for him. So he moves it back in behind the goal of Papineau. A short pass. Barabanov through the stick of Shamar Moses. Gets it up to Klepov. Off the boards. Finding Jilkin. He's got Harper as the late man. That one just too far behind. Is Aaron Enright able to tie that up as well? A big time collision. Enright and Barabanov come together. Kent Greer and Jilkin now back in behind the North Bay net. Jilkin the steal, but can't get away with the spin. Wellenreiter off the wall. Knocked into by Jilkin. Here's a steal. Jilkin finds Klepov. The shot just fought off by the glove of Lisson. Jones can't keep it in front of himself. Wellenreiter knocks him over. Klepov ahead off a North Bay skate. Back out to Saginaw's Harper in the neutral zone. Jones to Barabanov. Pass back. Well read by Arseny Pronin. He's going to shoulder off Niksima there. The pass back up. Barabanov catches North Bay changing. Put back in front for Klepov. Tied up at the last second. Not sure who had that stick held. This is back in the neutral zone. Barabanov taken away by Ryder Carey. All over Blake Barnes. Throws one cross ice. James Go. Through the North Bay forecheck out to the neutral zone. Grant Harper guns it back around. Ryder Carey gets to it first. Inside the final 2 minutes here, the first period. The Battalion trying to spin off the wall. Dubratsev back down, Pronin in front. Carey can't get a shot away. The puck is quickly located by Caleb Papineau. Hangs on for a face-off, 1:38 to go in the first. A couple of close calls at both ends. Game that started with no shots. We've seen some more high-danger ones here in the tail end of period one.
Yeah, a lot of good chances, and coming off some good defensive play. Jilkin there with the pocket pick. Really had a close one, and Brampton, North Bay, the other way, playing really good.
You got to get that out of the system, my friend.
They look the same.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think the jerseys are much changed from when that was the case. Enright, point shot, that one worn by Josh Glavin. Dubratsev floats that one there wide, and the rebound off the boards. Ryder Carey, cross ice off a skate. Dubratsev for Pronin. Back in front. Loose puck. Greer the shot. That one goes high and into the netting. And a block chance maybe. Close call. North Bay nearly cashing in there. 1:12 here in the first period. Somebody got a body on that on its way through. And a very close call for the Battalion. The stick of Brody Popoy is the difference there. Jax Pereira off this offensive zone face-off for the Battalion. Tipped and standing up to make that blocker save was Papineau. Parker Vaughn trying to extend the possession here for the Battalion. Nick Sema gets it to Popoy. Final 60 seconds here of period one. This is Vaughn, hit by Brody Popoy. Big time collision as Sema runs through, and he's going to pick up the first penalty of the game. As Bronson Ryan gets back after Sema. He'll argue his case. And a little bit more from Procession now as Manzo stands back up. .5 to go here. Saginaw to its first Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill of the game.
Well, that was a big hit. And for all the hits we've seen tonight, it's shocking that this is the first penalty of the game. But he did come in a little bit late. He was turning and
Sema sits. His power play will carry over unless the Battalion get to work here in the next 48. Spirit PK has struggled this season at 71%. 19th out of 20. As Greer is back to pick this up. North Bay just 11 power play goals on the season. A drop pass for Greer. Taken by Wellenreiter. Down the left side, they get shut down, and this one picked up by Lisson. Final 20 seconds here. Will we see one more scoring opportunity? What can the Battalion come up with? Rear back for Wellenreiter. Speeds past Gervais. Tries to take a couple penalty killers with him. This is Procession down to the goal line. Swept in front. That one cut off by Hayden Barch. Jilkin off the glass. That's it for the first. Took a little bit to get things going. 1-1 through 20 minutes of play. It was Klepov from James Go and Dimas Jilkin. Ryder Carey, the equalizer from Arseny Pronin. And they send us into the first intermission tying at 1. The Battalion an 11-5 shot advantage. We take a break. It is Era's night here inside the Dow Event Center. University of Michigan at Flint. In partnership with the Spirit for that, we'll talk with Abby Perel-Baker, the provost at the U of M Flint. And we'll come back after this here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Mike Miner to create your personal price plan today.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Carroll, Croswell, and Seaboing factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
News coverage.
As many as 800 people are feared dead in a deadly earthquake in eastern Afghanistan.
The Trump administration is looking to step up immigration enforcement in cities around the U.S.
Chicago is a hellhole right now.
Well, it's an invasion with U.S. troops.
News.
Gretchen Whitmer has scheduled a special election to fill the 35th district seat.
Mike Pacigalupo entering a plea in the federal wire fraud case.
News coverage on WSGW. Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
And as it is, Era's night here inside the Dow Event Center in conjunction with the University of Michigan at Flint. Pleased to be joined down at ice level by Dr. Abby Perel-Baker. She's the provost at the U of M at Flint. And Dr. Perel, an exciting night. The conjunction with the Spirit and the U of M at Flint, maybe a little bit out of market. Of course, the longstanding rivalry with the Flint Firebirds is on the top of everybody's mind. So what made the U of M at Flint decide to get involved here in this region?
Well, it was just a really exciting opportunity. The University of Michigan Flint enrollment has been growing the fastest in the state for the last 2 years. And we all know Taylor Swift is an incredible talent at the top of her game. And so pairing our brands really made a lot of sense to us when the Spirit approached us. And we're getting more and more students from the Tri-City area who are finding out that success is where it leads to the University of Michigan Flint.
Well, we've talked about milestones here a lot on our broadcast. This year, last year, we got a couple players that rewrote our record book. You guys have crossed a couple of milestones here recently as well as far as admitted students.
We have indeed. We're up over 7,000. We have our largest group of incoming transfer students. We have our largest group of graduate students and quite a few first-time in college students as well. So a broad appeal to students at all stages of life, whether they're starting a first degree, wanting to take a second degree, coming back to college after a hiatus. We can help students fulfill their academic dreams.
And, you know, as far as you're going to get a lot of people from at different points in their lives that are looking to go back to school, looking to go to school for the first time. I know the Go Blue Guarantee is something that you guys have pointed to a lot as a good option for everybody.
Yeah, the Go Blue Guarantee now is available to students with family incomes up to $125,000. So that's more than double what it was last year. And it's available to both first-time incoming students and our incoming transfer students. Really reduces the access barriers to college for a lot of people so that they could focus on their studies and success.
Well, Dr. Perel, we appreciate you joining us. Any thoughts on the hockey after the first 20 minutes of play? We've seen a fun first period.
It has been a fun first period. Yeah, the guys are playing hard.
Well, Abby, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate the time.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Dr. Abby Perel-Baker, the provost at the University of Michigan at Flint. It is Era's night here with the U of M Flint and the Saginaw Spirit. So we'll keep the Taylor Swift references rolling as the broadcast goes along, and the music as well. 1-1 here between Saginaw and Flint. We'll see if Brad Waltz has any more Taylor Swift facts when we come back. Highlights and analysis coming up after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at GarberChesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
In hockey, every play counts, and retirement's no different. At McIntosh & Associates, we're your financial line mates, helping you skate through the tough stuff: taxes, healthcare, income planning, and more. You bring the goals. We'll help set up the assist. Schedule your visit at wealthmichigan.com or call 989-692-2200. Retirement made clear, with a team that plays to win.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
It's time for your intermission report from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Here's Dylan Clark.
We've seen quite a bit here in the first 20 minutes of play. We'll take you back through some highlights. It was not a lot of shooting opportunities for the Spirit to start out in that first period. They did not find their first shot on goal until about the 7-minute mark, and it just found the back of the net. Nikita Klepov, after a great cross-ice feed from James Go. Dimas Jilkin's going to pick up an assist on that game as well. The Spirit would start the scoring up 1-0. Ignat Pazzi, a couple of chances. He had a crossbar earlier in that first period. Caleb Papineau making his first start here for the Saginaw Spirit since October the 26th. Jack Lisson had to make a couple of big-time saves as well. Saginaw could have gone up 2-0 about 13 minutes into that first period. He makes the save, and it brings things back the other way. Arseny Pronin, the cross-ice pass to Ryder Carey, really a mirror image of the puck that went into the back of the net for the Saginaw Spirit. Pronin gets North Bay on the board with his third of the season, and a couple of more saves to round out that first period. Lisson and Caleb Papineau. And the final play in the dying seconds of that frame, you're going to see Nick Sema come in here, take a late check, and he would be whistled for an interference call. Would plead his case with both the official and Bronson right there, but he would sit for 2. So the Spirit come back to start the second period with 1:12 on the Nick Sema penalty. First intermission stats brought to you by Raymond. You see a heavy shooting advantage for North Bay. Klepov and Carey, the goal scorers. Nobody's completed a power play just yet, so we bring it back up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Dylan Clark, Brad Walsh. Walshy will start with a shot count. North Bay came out swinging. They set the tone physically, and it led to a shot advantage in that first period.
Yeah, they came out hard. I mean, that's a great first period for a road team. And like you said, they had Pazzi going, and they're buzzing around, being very physical, finishing every hit, and I think woke Saginaw up a little bit.
Oh, we saw that shot off the crossbar from Ignat Pazzi maybe 45 seconds into the game. There were maybe some nervous looks on the Spirit bench. Again, trying to put things back together. They've won just 1 out of their last 4 games. Outmanned and outworked by the Kitchener Rangers last night. They get a little bit of luck earlier on, but again, it maybe some tense moments early on for Saginaw.
Yeah, very tense. I mean, like we said, North Bay really woke them up with the physicality. But, you know, as the period went on, you know, they created some odd mans and, you know, were able to be creative in the offensive zone. And that's where Saginaw flourishes.
A couple of chances going hard to the net. Again, these are teams that are not at the top of their respective conferences. North Bay in 6th in the East, Saginaw in 8th place in the West. So things aren't going to be the cleanest. They're not going to be pretty. They're not going to be gorgeous. You're going to have to go to the net pretty hard and hope a couple of pucks hit you. That's how Saginaw found the back of the net twice last night. And Klepov, things bounced around a little bit there, but they're going to have to be in that area about 5 or 6 feet outside the blue paint.
Right. Feed the points, get some shots, get some rebounds. create some chaos down there, and that's how the majority of goals go in. At any level, NHL, OHL, it's nothing pretty. It's not always going to be the highlight reel. So whoever's going to do that is going to be successful here.
The heavy shot advantage for North Bay in that first period. It is Era's night here inside the Dow Event Center. We do have the Spirit gave out the friendship bracelets here prior to the game. I know it's not going to be the best shot of it. I don't know how well we can zoom into that.
My left hand is turning purple. I think these bracelets were made for the 13-year-old girl.
That might be a factor.
But it's it's a fun night. It's a big crowd, especially. They did a good job. A lot of Swifties here in Saginaw.
We'll keep an eye on that. We don't need you going down here in this game. We'll keep an eye on the shot count. A lot more coming up in the second period to come. Right now it's 1-1. We'll take one more look around the OHL. The out-of-town scoreboard coming up. We'll take special care of this guy. Back after this, 1-1 between the Spirit and the North Bay Battalion.
Enjoy the spirit of Frankenmuth and score big with your kids at the indoor water parks. The puck stops here in Funtown, where fan favorites include chicken and Christmas, but there's really so much more. Arcades, breweries, carriage rides, shopping, and pretzel rolling. Frankenmuth, where we leave the icing to the dessert. 800 Funtown. No matter how cold it is outside or in the hockey rink, there's loads of indoor fun waiting just down the road in Frankenmuth.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Chris Barrios to create your personal price plan today. Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
As well. See what kind of action we can find on the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. One goal between the Erie Otters and the Niagara Ice Dogs. Michael Deck just brought over in a trade from the Owen Sound Attack. He's got Erie's lone goal in this game, brought over to provide some offense. He's done it. Fifth goal of the season for Michael Deck. Has Erie up 1-0 in the first intermission. A 20-11 shot advantage for the Otters in that first 20 minutes of play. The Firebirds put up 9 goals on these North Bay Battalion last night. They're up 3-2 right now on the Guelph Storm. Jimmy Lombardi, Alex Kostov, a pair of goals after a 4-goal night last night. So that's 6 goals in the last 4 periods of hockey. That's not too bad. 1-1 between the London Knights and the Owen Sound Attack. Brady Wasselin has been finding the scoring sheet pretty consistently in his young London Knights tenure. He's done it again, 7th of the season against Wesley Royston, the other half of that Michael Deck trade we mentioned with the Erie Otters. They've got the 2 goals in a 1-1 game between London and Owen Sound. 3-0. Brampton trails the Windsor Spitfires. J.C. Lemieux, a pair of goals. Jack Nesbitt has his 6th of the season as those 2 teams head into the first intermission here. 2-1 Barrie over the Sioux. One of Saginaw's next opponents. They go through Barrie, Sudbury, and North Bay next week. Cole Beaudoin and Calvin Crombie, the 2 Colts goals. Jeremy Martin has the lone tally for the Sioux. And a quick look at the standings here in the OHL's Western Conference. Saginaw just on the fringe of the playoff picture. They'd like to rack up some points here, get a little bit closer to the Guelph Storm, get themselves back up that list, and maybe have a chance at home ice by the time the playoffs do roll around. They won't see the Windsor Spitfires until they got a home-and-home with them coming up later this month. Not this coming week, but the weekend after. So they keep their eye on those Windsor Spitfires up at the top of the Western Conference standings. The out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Second period coming up. 1-1 between Saginaw and North Bay. Middle 20 is next.
At Dow, we believe performance starts long before the whistle blows. It begins in the lab, where science meets sport. From apparel to playing surfaces to gear, we create cutting-edge materials that help drive high performance from lab to stadium. Because in sports, just like in science, every second counts. And every material matters. Dow, at the intersection of sport and science. Learn more at dow.com/sports.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the hockey dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today. The disability experts in your community.
Garber Buick is America's oldest Buick dealership. Our factory-trained service technicians deliver precision care to keep your vehicle performing at its best. We also have an award-winning body shop. We even sell parts and tires. You truly get it all at Garber Buick. Better service, better selection, and better prices. Garber Buick, State Street in Saginaw. Online, garberbuick.com. Buick, exceptional by design.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Ten seconds. Welcome back inside the Dow Event Center. Ready for the start of the second period. Nikita Klepov and Ryder Carey, the goal scorers. A 1-1 game heading into the middle frame between these two teams, looking to bounce back on this Saturday night. Nick Sema in the penalty box on an interference call. The Spirit will finish out the second half of their Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill to start the second. And a stick well up into the atmosphere. Off the draw. It is Ignat Pazis. He's going to go pick it up and I believe have a couple of words for Hayden Barch or Josh Glavin or whoever flipped it up into the air. Grant Harper, Arseni Pronin. Going to pursue Hayden Barch, throws off his check. That puck off the glass and out to center. Grant Harper. Away from Dima Zhilkin. Final 40 on this North Bay power play. Then 11 of 59 coming into the season as Harper's going to lose that puck for Jacob Kluche. Could have had a shorthanded chance, but it flipped up on him at the last second. Arseni Pronin away from the stick check to Sebastian Gervais. Pronin drops it off for Harper. Fired back in. Carson Harmer has Ryder Carey, the North Bay goal scorer, on him. This is picked up again. Grant Harper in the corner. Three green sweaters in close space. Final seconds of the SEMA penalty. Harper, Pazzi, point shot, save made by Papineau. Dubravtsev off a North Bay skate. Carson Harmer going to spring Nick Sema out of the penalty box on a breakaway. Going to slide it wide there on Listen. Grant Harper. This one off the boards and right. Trying to get away from Jacob Kluche. He stood up. Down for an icing here with 18:27 here in this second period.
Yeah, absolutely. Just rolled on Nick Sema. Sprung out of the penalty box, and unfortunately, goaltender closed the door there.
Barabanov to take the offensive zone face-off against Procession. Now snap this draw back down below the goal line. Jilkin and Klepov work to steal. Procession spun around Klepov. Play continues. Procession fires it off the glass and up to center. Down for an icing. As Parker Vaughn was in hot pursuit of Blake Barnes there. Again, Vaughn coming over in that January the 5th trade midway through last season that saw Anthony Romani and Owen Van Stietzel turn into Barry Colts. 9 points in 7 games this year for Vaughn. 5th overall to the Colts in 2024. It is draft year for Vaughn. D-zone draw here for North Bay, taken by Brant Harper. Brother Levi holds it in. Aaron Enright there in the corner for the Battalion. Dubratsev turned over. Klepov and Barabanov tried to make sense of it. Couldn't do that. So it's back in front of the Saginaw bench. Picked up, skate to stick. Barabanov lost it. Procession here for North Bay. Period of the long change. They try to take advantage. Wellenreiter held up there by Graydon Jones. It'll cost him a stick. I think a mouth guard too for Graydon Jones. Bit of a yard sale back in the corner. As Harper has to get away from the fallen blade of Graydon Jones' stick. Good work there as that's knocked out of the air by Nick Wellenreiter. Levi Harper's next point is going to tie him with Graydon Jones for the 8th best rookie season by a Spirit defenseman point-wise. Jilkin in with Klepov. Here's a chance. Jilkin in the circle, turned up, and that one in front of him for Harper there. Back up to the point after a save. This is Glavin. Now Klepov takes the shot. Pad saved by Listen. There's more behind the play as Levi Harper has to go back to pick up his glove. He was tied up with somebody in front. Looks like maybe Parker Vaughn. Up the near side, Barabanov all alone. Seema skate the stick, and a save is made by Listen. Rebound chance, Harper. Off the block, it goes into the glass. Papoy back for Seema in front. Looking, it's in Medovsky intercepting there on the Shatan pass. Levi Harper off the boards. Brody Papoy back in, sweeps it crossways. That one broken up by Amadomsky. Kent Greer held up by Miroslav Shatan. Aaron Enright on it here. Former Battalion Nick Seema back into the corner. 2nd round pick by North Bay all the way back in 2021. Miroslav Shatan handcuffed there by Enright. Greer goes off the boards. Amadomsky spun around, but he does make the pass. Miroslav Shatan on the steal. Just about 4 minutes gone in the second. Here's Shatan trying to take it to the net. Spun around in front. Save made by Listen. He shut down Papoy from point blank. This is Amadomsky on the North Bay counterattack. He's onside. He's going to hum that one into the glass behind Caleb Papineau. Ignat Pazzi off the boards, just angled back in. Amadomsky will gladly pick up a change. Out for a while. James Go doubled up on there. That'll work it against Pazzi and Shamar Moses. Gervais, one hand on the stick. Brody Papoy. Somebody else that could benefit from a change here. Blake Barnes gets flattened there by Shamar Moses. As James Go. Going to skate it out from his own end. Papoy's got to stay on. He's in with Gervais. Brody Papoy trying to go back to his overager. Intercepted by Procession. Jax Pereira. Off the left side. Nose to nose with Hayden Barnes. Cross-ice pass picked up off the wall by Brant Harper. On the right point. Floated wide. Papineau never saw it. It goes into the glass. Papoy. It's a heavy check again from Jax Pereira. Loose puck picked up in front of the Saginaw bench and fired out of play by Trevor Thoyer. 14:59 to go in the second. Bodies flying here in the middle period.
Yeah, the team in green is piling on the hits. It'd be surprised to compare the two numbers, but they're definitely taking it to it.
Jax Pereira throwing a couple pretty sizable checks. 13 points in 10 games of the Powhatan Voodoos of the NOJHL before returning to North Bay. 5'10", 159, but uses all of it. He's laid some crushing checks in this game. Hayden Barnes tries to get in on that one for Saginaw. Dubratsev. As Thoyer stepped up on him. Gervais puts it off Dubratsev. Saginaw's Thoyer to throw it back in behind Listen. And the North Bay goaltender uses the glass to get out of danger. Jones for Thoyer. Kluche reaching. Picks it back up. Winnipeg Jets 7th round and put that back on the stick of Kapacharitis. Takes a stumble there. Play going to continue. Aiden Bartz has this out of the corner and away from a check from Ryder Carey. Jones, outlet pass. This is Gervais. Into the offensive end. Did not see Procession. Still gets a shot off. It'll miss on the glove hand side. Through, this is Kluche. Into the offensive end. Kluche, right circle. Shot well wide, trying to go against the grain. Just inside the blue line. Turn back out. Arseny Pronin ran back in, and Levi Harper tied up with the linesman. Josh Glavin up for Kluche. Seema can't get it towards the middle with possession, so Parker Vaughn lowers the shoulder, tries to escape past Kluche, stays on his skates. Backhanded pass off Harper is picked up by Saginaw's Josh Glavin. Jacob Kluche wanted to give and go with Carson Harmer. Procession on this for the Battalion. Dropped it off for Wellenreiter. Backhanded pass, Aaron Enright off the wall. Fake the shot. Down to the goal line, sweeping in front there, looking for Greer. Hit him in the stick. Cross corner, Wellenreiter. Almost 7 minutes gone here in the second. Wellenreiter from down below the goal line. Back in front, not pausing a shot. Turned out by Caleb Papineau. Good save that he saw at the last second. Rolling puck. Flag down on the icing. And an extra shove for Greer on the part of Nick Seema. 12:59 left in the period. Nobody's found the back of the net here in the second. It's 1-1. We're back to Saginaw in a minute.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Kathy Taffel to create your personal price plan today.
Hi, this is James Go, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
Welcome back to Saginaw. 1-1 here in the second period between the Battalion and the Spirit. And Pazzi and Nolan Laird having some words prior to this offensive zone face-off. Dylan Clark alongside Brad Walsh. And Walsh, you mentioned well-timed media time out there for Saginaw. A little low on gas. Here's Pazzi, left circle, cross ice. Great chance off the crossbar again. Nolan Laird looks skyward. A little more help from the frame for Saginaw. Right up for Amidovsky, spins it in front. Lavin, pocket pick by Laird, he scores! Between the wickets on Papineau. Denied by the crossbar, Laird stays with it. 12:37 to go in the second period. It's 2-1 North Bay.
Well, Saginaw did get a breather on that media timeout, like we said, but obviously a lot of gas bodies and, mistakes happen. A little turnover in the neutral zone, then a fumbled puck leads to a goal. Laird bears down, goes 5-hole, and Papineau.
Second of the season for Nolan Laird. And things happen quickly there. You can see Laird bearing down on Josh Glavin with speed in the pick his pocket. Not a lot of time for Papineau. Enright from the left point. Wheeled back around. Shamar Moses can't get around James Go. And a penalty is coming. A tripping call with 12:22 to go in the period. James Go, the guilty party. And we'll send Saginaw back to the Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill.
Yeah, if you're Saginaw, things are trending in the wrong direction quickly. Just kind of over-pursued there defensively. Gets the stick between the wickets.
Second power play chance for the Battalion. Right point shot. That one up into the glass and around. James Go in the box for tripping. North Bay unsuccessful on the Nick Seema interference penalty earlier in this period. As it's Wellenreiter to flip things back between. And into the offensive end. Makes some room for himself. He's got a lot of it. Hangs on to this puck. Aaron Enright. Wellenreiter. Little trouble with that. Seaman's going to poke it free. And pursue in the neutral zone. Kent Greer takes it out of danger. Wellenreiter. Amidovsky. Lots of room between the dots. Takes a shot. Save made by Papineau. Aaron Enright. Halfway through. The tripping penalty to James Go. This is procession for Wellenreiter. Kent Greer. Long shot into traffic. That one blocked by Hayden Barch. Procession for Wellenreiter. Greer. Wellenreiter. Right circle. One-timer Enright. The off-speed shot goes wide. Procession again. Up high. Nicely handled at the line. Can't be backhanded through, though, by Greer on the pass blocked by Jacob Kluche. Wellenreiter. Couple of Battalion sneak off. Cross-ice pass. Lots of room. Vaughn near side. He had procession, and he had Papineau beat. It does not connect, and now Kluche's going to steal. No gas for these penalty killers. Kluche finds Gervais on a partially broken up pass. Couple of green sweaters on Gervais. Kluche there. Top of the zone, Glavin. From skate to stick, pursues it in. Just looking to kill more time in the offensive corner. James goes out of the penalty box. And that puck has not moved much. Now Parker Vaughn pulls it out. Up the near side. Tied up by Dima Zilkin. Ran right on through. As Klepov gets an extra shot there for Parker Vaughn. Harmer back in for Dima Zilkin. Wilson the shot. Off the cuff of the glove there from Lisson. And now Klepov looking to shoulder carry. Klepov just inside his own blue line. Backhanded up. Carson Harmer. Flipped over. Zilkin down the wing. Dubratsev. Can't get it away from Zilkin. Stays with it. And a blocker save by Lisson. Up and into the netting. 9:44 left in this second period. Nothing post-whistle here. But some physical play as Parker Vaughn runs through Nikita Klepov. The extra shot after you just saw on the edge of your screen. Now Saginaw in the middle of a scoring chance headed back the other way. You would expect to see maybe a little bit more for a shot like that to your leading scorer down on the ice. Dima Zilkin as they try to get one back here, down 2-1. Bronson right off the end wall. Taken away by Barabanov. Klepov no worse for wear. Arseny Pronin backhands this over. Ryder carry. Puts it up and ahead now for Brant Harper. Stick check from his brother Levi Jones. Heads up. Saw Arseny Pronin on the tracks there from a while away. The hit does not connect. Barabanov. Leave it there for Jones, and Pronin finishes that check as well. Bronson Ryan up the boards, on and off the tape with Dima Zilkin. Ryder carry, 3-on-2 here for the Battalion. Arseny Pronin takes a shot, that one into the glass. Nikita Klepov for Igor Barabanov. Keep an eye on 20 in green. Here's Levi Harper for Saginaw. Jammed up, keeps on going into the corner. Kind of a yard sale there. Kudaposki down on the ice. Two Spirit players on top of him. Arseny Pronin spins it away, but not out of the zone. Nick Sema back underneath. Barabanov. Closed off by Kudaposki. This is Manzo there for Dubratsev, and that'll just trickle in on the goaltender. Klepov a bit of a swipe there on Kudaposki, but nothing more. 8:28 to go in the second. A couple more saves for Jack Lisson. He's not been terribly busy. Saginaw 5 shots in the first period, just 4 so far here in period number 2.
Yeah, one thing Brampton, North Bay, has to be careful with. I mean, they're hitting everything. And, it's one of those things. If you go out of the play, you're taking yourself out of the play.
Shot by Satan right off the draw there. That one, just a reactionary save from Jack Lisson. Didn't see if it was already in his chest protector. James Go pressured by Amidovsky. No more puck there. Amidovsky back at center. Tries to get through Satan. Blake Barnes, a spin to escape. Stretch pass up the near side. Going to hop over the stick of Nick Sema. And register down as an icing. 8:03 in the second. And this is a Spirit team that's used to playing with a lot of speed, moving the puck out of their own end and all the way to the offensive blue line in just a split second. That just hops up on Nick Sema there at the last minute. But you're right, it's been a very physical game, especially on the North Bay side of things. And again, the Spirit are going to take a physical punishment here, but you're right, Walsh, it might open up something. Get overzealous on a hit. Here's Shamar Moses. Into some skates. Satan to the boards. Brody Papoy gets taken into the linesman there by Moses as well. Physicality continues. Arseny Pronin angled off by Barnes. Two more Battalion players with him. Miroslav Satan now to Brody Papoy into the offensive end. Papoy cuts to the middle. Runs out of real estate. James Go moves in to scoop up the puck, and a shot will ride off a body and into the netting. 7:34 to go in the second period. These two teams will meet next weekend as well on Sunday in North Bay. That'll be the tail end of the 3-game and 4-night swing up through the Central Division for the Saginaw Spirit. Barrie on Thursday, Sudbury on Saturday night, North Bay on Sunday. Is the Battalion trying to hold on or maybe extend a 2-1 lead right now? This is Gervais held into the corner boards there by Bronson Ryan. Trevor Thoyer looking to make a little bit of room for him. He's trying to hold off Ethan Procession as well. Third rounder to the Anaheim Ducks back in 2024. And Procession's got it ahead up to the neutral zone. Near side, Well and Ryder. Turned around, cross ice feet, get a bounce off the wall. Cloutier comes back in front, taken by Saginaw's Josh Glavin. Off the glass. He takes a check. It stays in play. This is Brant Harper. We'll talk with his younger brother Levi coming up in the second intermission. Pass off the wall. Parker Vaughn. Stick check there by Trevor Thoyer, but he's taking a penalty. And Cloutier closed off by a couple of Battalion players as well. And it looks like Thoyer will be guilty of the slashing call here. 6:48 to go in the second. Saginaw again. The Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill.
Yeah, North Bay, I think a lot has to do with them just wearing out Saginaw. And their last power play, they look pretty good. They're moving the puck around. The white jerseys are a little bit slow. And you definitely want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Battalion 0 for 2 on the power play here in this game, though. Saginaw, they blanked the Kitchener Rangers on the man advantage last night at 0 for 3. And again, a moral victory as the Rangers skated to a 5-2 victory, but it's not for nothing. Got 2 more minutes of work here against North Bay. Braden Jones, the hit there on Carey. Carey looking for a penalty. He's not going to get one. Jack Lisson out of his net to play and watch Liam Storch fly by. Brant Harper skates things up to center ice himself. Ryder Carey. Back up, working it near side. Ignat Pazzi. Left wing faceoff dot. Near side Harper, and the right shot goes right into the midsection on Caleb Papineau, and he's able to hang on. Brant Harper trying to snap the 6-game scoring slide. Caleb Papineau just gets maybe the hip in the way. Some lateral movement as he pushes out to the top of the crease. But again, the puck movement for North Bay on display here on this power play. D-zone draw, Carson Harmer. James Go to handle. Jacob Cloutier out of the zone, and that one an easy stick save for Jack Lisson. Got to move this one quickly. Carson Harmer bearing down. About 50 seconds gone on this slashing penalty to Trevor Thoyer. Arseny Pronin. Can't be poked away by James Go. Harmer can't clear. Harper holds it in. Brant Harper goes off the boards to Pronin back behind the Saginaw goal. Watched by Go, and the right skate of Glavin knocks that puck away. Bodies on the far boards. James Go. Ignat Pazzi's there. Go running out of options. He does get it up to Carson Harmer. Closed off, though. Dubravtsev keeps it in. Pronin near side looking for Ignat Pazzi. Just inside the line. Pazzi drifting back. casually towards the net. A shot into traffic is saved again by Caleb Papineau. 29 seconds left on the North Bay power play, 5:17 in the period. And again, the Battalion, they are getting shots through, but Papineau able to see these most of the way through. There's only been maybe 3 or 4 chances that he hasn't really seen, and I think most of them have gone wide.
Yeah, North Bay shooting a lot of, shooting from the outside, and Papineau's been pretty good with his rebounds.
Face-off ends up between the dots. Dima Zhilkin casually throws it down the ice. This one brought out from behind the North Bay goal again by Kent Greer. Nick Wellenreiter speeds out to the far side. Handcuffed by Dima Zhilkin. Amadovsky. Heavy stick battle on the far side. The Battalion win it. Wellenreiter trying to drop it back off. Too far out of the zone for Greer. So again, the Spirit down 2-1 in this game. They kill off their third PK. Zhilkin in for Barabanov now. They look to get it back. Top units out to do it. Igor Barabanov shifting, shooting. That's off a body. Bronson Ride patiently, cautiously. Procession to Amadovsky. Cross-corner dump in here for North Bay. Levi Harper takes a bump from Parker Vaughn. Nikita Klepov makes the pass. Too far behind Dima Zhilkin. No icing. Barabanov snuck in on the weak side. Has it in the corner. Dima Zhilkin tries to spin away there from Kent Greer. Procession. Stick lift there by Klepov. Barabanov has it. Needs some help. Nikita Klepov on it. Throws a backhander for Harper. Weight shift down to the goal line. Levi Harper off the outside of the cage. Zhilkin can't get a rebound whack. Zhilkin up high. Klepov. Weight shift out to the far circle and a shot pushed wide. Bronson Rye. Stick lift there by Graydon Jones. And they keep it alive. Bronson Rye going to steal. Amadovsky up and a clean breakaway for Parker Vaughn. And that one off Papineau and out the outside of the goalpost. Levi Harper up for Klepov. Takes another check from Shamar Moses. This is reeled in by Zhilkin. Tries to go between the legs there of the defense. Manzo. Harper. Now top of the zone. 3.5 in the period. Shot. Double deflection off some skates. And the Battalion don't have the gas to stretch that now. Maybe they do. Here's another chance for Manzo. Knocked away by Saginaw's Levi Harper. Up at the point. Swept to the near side. Shamar Moses trying to turn around on Harper. Look out. Backdoor. Here's a chance. Jack Pereira. Rammed into there by Dima Zhilkin. Battalion still have it. Up high. Laird drops it off. This is Moses. The shot fought off by Papineau. There is a rebound that time. Jax Pereira on it. Moving around. Fanning on the chance was Manzo. Barabanov just clears, and he does get closed off by Shamar Moses. Moses angles that back in. Little trouble for Harper. Moses gets it back. Here come the Battalion again. Moses, the pass, and right. Corner, Jax Pereira. And around it goes. Levi Harper. A little steal there. And a rising shot goes up into the glass. Off the stick of Ryder Carey. And right to recover. Arseny Pronin. Dubratsev tries to go wide on Nick Sema. Both go into the boards. This is Ryder Carey again. Up to the point. Bronson Ride. No shooting lane for him. Push back down low. James Go tied up there with Ryder Carey. Play going to continue. Blake Barnes up for Carson Harmer. Too far ahead for Brody Popoy to skate into. Grant Harper. Up the far side here. Final 2 minutes of the second period. Lots of room for Brant to roll. Down to the goal line and a shot off the mask of Caleb Papineau. Little shake. Make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. James Go up for Carson Harmer. Angles into the zone. Puck around the glass. Enright gets it out past Nick Sema. Amadovsky. Just out to the neutral zone. Carson Harmer bracing for contact. That'll be gloved down by Bronson Ride. Would have been over most players' heads. Not Ride. Here's Amadovsky. The shot that's going to glance wide. Ignat Pazzi. Shoulders there with Josh Glavin. But not moving very far from the corner. Pazzi ties up with Hayden Barch. Into the circle again and up here to the point. Just keeps it in ahead of Enright. Amadovsky nearly had a swing in front. A little friendly fire. He and Nolan Laird bounce off one another. Puck high into the air. And into the corner. Barch trying to kill some time. Quite a bit of it left here. Three Spirit players trying to move this puck. This is Jacob Kluche. Up the near side, too far from Miroslav Shatan. Knocked down by Laird. And away from Kluche. And Manowski inside out on Glavin, the shot. That's another pad save for Caleb Papineau. Rebound chance, never got to the net. Kluche lost it. Skate the stick. Handles this one out to center. Shatan trying to take a piece of Parker Vaughn. Hayden Barch down the right side, laid back in. Jack Lisson out to play it. Gervais looking for a steal, won't find it. Parker Vaughn off the wall. Procession. Let's do it here with 13 left in the period. High in the zone. Ronson Ryan. Long shot. Patsy Papineau. Oh, what a save! On the doorstep, he robs Procession with the left toe. One more chance. Kent Greer swings it back door. Almost some friendly fire off the skate of James Go. One of the top saves here on the night. Caleb Papineau. They don't get much more athletic than that. As we got more behind the play between Barabanov and Vaughn. And there is maybe a little bit more. Bronson Ride getting after Barabanov now. Klepov not thrilled with Parker Vaughn. Barabanov and Ride right now in the middle of your screen. They'll pop some lids. And this is what we expected, Walty. Maybe a little bit closer to the check. And that extra shot from Vaughn on Nikita Klepov. But Barabanov and Ride, as the tensions rise here, we'll see if we got anything. Yeah, Barabanov does have a couple of things to say, and Ride comes over afterwards. So they try to get their shots in at the end of the period. But how about that save from Caleb Papineau? And we'll see what this sets up in the third period. It is a tight game. It remains a 2-1 game, a one-goal contest, thanks to some highlight reel acrobatics there from the Spirit netminder. We'll see what Levi Harper has to say about it all. Playing against his brother for the first time in the OHL. Harper joins us from ice level coming up after this on the second intermission. 2-1. North Bay's got the lead. We're back after this.
My Michigan Health is your go-to place for comprehensive brain, stroke, and spine care right here in your community. Our expert neuroscience team provides care close to home with multiple certified stroke centers throughout the region, including the only comprehensive stroke center in Saginaw. With 24/7 medical expertise, the latest diagnostic tools, and advanced treatments, we're ready when you need us most. Learn more at mymichigan.org/neuro.
When you're ready for checking that earns interest and gives you perks, Merc Perks Plus from Mercantile Bank is here. With a competitive interest rate and perks like travel services, cashback rewards, and identity protection, Merc Perks Plus has everything you need for your busy lifestyle. Merc Perks Plus also offers discounts on consumer loans and access to almost 40,000 fee-free MoneyPass ATMs. So when you're ready for perks, Merc is here. Learn more at mercbank.com/mercperksplus. Member FDIC.
You're looking for a better price on a better car, so dare to be different. Get to Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw, the only Hyundai dealer in the Great Lakes Bay region. See why Hyundai is so much better. Garber's certified factory-trained technicians, knowledgeable parts staff, and dedicated sales team will keep you coming back to Garber Hyundai. You really do get it all at Garber. Dare to be different. Choose better at Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw. Online, garberhyundai.com.
We're Durolast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Durolast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Durolast, the world's best roof.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
All right, bud, here we go. Welcome back inside the Dow Event Center. 2 periods of play in the books between the North Bay Battalion and the Saginaw Spirit. It's a 2-1 lead for the visitors right now, and in a unique situation. Our guest down at ice level right now, Spirit rookie defenseman Levi Harper. Levi, before we get into the matchup against your brother, it's been a back-and-forth game so far. Close, tight checking. How about the save from your goaltender, Caleb Papino, right at the end of that second period?
Yeah, he's really holding us in it here. We gotta play for him and keep the offense going.
And for yourself, for your brother, a new league here this year. I believe, am I correct in saying this is the first time that you guys have played like an actual organized game against one another?
Yeah.
What's that feeling like?
It's crazy. Like, I'm just laughing. Like, every time I see him on the ice, it's crazy. You know, we have such a good relationship, so like it's funny playing against each other.
When you go back to the young days, what was it? Was it mini sticks? I know there's probably not a lot of outdoor hockey in Tampa, so I know there's no pond hockey. But was it mini sticks, driveway hockey? What was?
Oh yeah, all that. Yeah, so competitive.
That was going to be the next question. How many bumps and bruises and broken bones between the two of you?
I don't know about broken bones, but definitely a lot of bruises.
Well, and for yourself in your rookie season here in Saginaw, you kind of burst onto the scene, point-per-game player here. You're moving up the rookie scoring list and all that. Is it something that's kind of in the back of your mind, or how do you just kind of handle things day-to-day here in your first OHL year?
Yeah, it's kind of in the back of my mind, but I can't, like, that's something I can't really focus. All that, like, background noise, I just got to keep focusing on my play and not, like, let all that other stuff get to me and get in my head, and just stay productive. So. And
you're about a quarter of the way into your first OHL season. Do you feel, just how different do you feel from the first handful of games? Where's the comfort level right now?
Yeah, I'm getting really comfortable. I think the first 5 games were tough to get acclimated, but I think I'm there right now, and I'm gonna keep going. So
when you guys are in a tight hockey game right now, 1 goal, a couple penalties, maybe we'll figure it out when we get a commercial break. But what's the thought going into the third period here, down 2-1?
We just got to get more shots and play more. Got to keep guys in front of us. Getting a lot of odd mans right now. So.
Well, Levi, appreciate the time. Good luck in period 3.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Saginaw's defenseman Levi Harper. Maybe a little bit of a return to the driveways of Tampa, Florida against his older brother, Brant. 2-1's the score right now. We'll see who comes away with any advantage coming up. Highlights and analysis. Brad Walsh back with us here for the second intermission after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You really do get it all at Garber Midland. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see how you can get it all at Garber Midland at the corner of Saginaw and Eastman. See all our inventory online at garbermidland.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Too many people end up in the retirement penalty box, paying more in taxes, missing out on healthcare options, or skating without a plan. At McIntosh and Associates, we help keep your game sharp with clear, personalized retirement strategies. Let's build a plan that works in every period of life. Call 989-692-2200 or visit wealthmichigan.com. McIntosh and Associates. Retirement made clear.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
It's time for your intermission report from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Here's Dylan Clark.
Second period. The Battalion had their fair share of chances. Saginaw was not without their chances, though. Dimas Yilkin, 10 goals on the season, looking to create some more. Levi Harper, we just spoke with him right to the front of the net. We talked earlier in this game, if Saginaw wants to manufacture some offense, they might have to take a physical punishment, go right to the doorstep. They had a couple of chances. Really, that's where their best opportunities have been in that period so far. The cross-ice pass is not working, but the jam plays on the doorstep have gotten them close. And a pocket pick for North Bay. Josh Glavin sees Nolan Laird come in, stick lift, second goal of the season right between the wickets on Caleb Papineau. The visitors have an advantage, but Caleb Papineau able to hold the door shut on a number of opportunities. Papineau outweights, maybe baits Parker Vaughn a little bit with the paddle down on the ice. He makes a stop on a breakaway there. And a little bit of a net mount scramble, makes the first save. Maybe not a rebound that Papineau would love there, but he's definitely going to love that left toe save. And Liam Mamedovsky right on the doorstep, fresh off of a 32-point season, full extension. Caleb Papineau gets out. Might have pulled a muscle just watching that highlight. Papineau makes the save to keep it 2-1, and this was just seconds after. Parker Vaughn, a little bit of a jam up there with Igor Barabanov. Bronson Ryan comes over to say hi. And we do have penalties that are currently being calculated by minds much brighter than our own behind the scenes right now, so we'll wait to see exactly what comes out of all of this. But that was the second period as our cameras saw it. Second intermission stats brought to you by Raymond. The Spirit were outshot 12-7 in that second frame, 23-12 in the game so far. But maybe the biggest number for Saginaw right now, aside from the saves made by Caleb Papineau, is that 0 for 3 there on the power play. As we bring you back up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth, Dylan Clark with Brad Walsh. And Walshy, again, it's been a North Bay team that's had the greater scoring chances, maybe in quality and in volume as well. But Saginaw's penalty kill, along with Caleb Papineau, keeping them in this game right now.
Yeah, Paps, huge saves. I mean, we were it was almost a for sure thing. And then he sticks the toe out there with the big reach, and yeah, he's kept him in it. And right before then, it was a breakaway for North Bay. So, you can tell they're obviously North Bay's kind of posting two men on the far blue line, or at least leaking a forward out in the neutral zone when Saginaw has possession. And that can be frustrating for a defenseman, thinking about the guy in green behind you. So that's taken away from their offensive zone. And, we'll see how they play it in the third period.
Is that maybe something that's a little bit more challenging for a younger defensive core?
I would think so, because once, Saginaw's so good, once they get it in the offensive end and they're rotating and, DR going low, and you just can't afford to do that when you got a green shirt, hanging out on the logo. But it's a good way. It's a good strategy to keep Saginaw from, doing what they do best.
And on the North Bay side of things, they've had their fair share of offensive chances kind of swirling around in the offensive zone. They kind of caught Saginaw a little bit trapped in their own end for the tail end of that second period. How do you kind of stop that? I mean, it's easier said than done, but when it's chaos in your own defensive end, how do you put a stop to it?
I think you limit their possession and coming into the zone with the puck, and I'm sure you made it a point a couple times. Brampton coming in relatively easy, not a lot of gap there, so close the gap and make it more difficult.
I don't mean to laugh. We got to get like a little jar for you, something. It's like the swear jar. It's the Brampton jar.
Did I say it again? No, I didn't.
That's okay.
I got to apologize to everybody in North Bay. Gosh, I mean, I always played these guys. I've played them for 4 years. They were always Brampton to me. So this is very difficult. They look the same. Switch up the colors or something,
Well, they've got stuff to work through. We've got stuff to work through up here going into the third period. But again, on the Spirit side of things, again, this is unconfirmed as of right now, but we got a penalty on the North Bay side of things up on the video board at center. Potential first power play here for Saginaw. So these first 2 minutes of the third period could be crucial.
Yeah, it's their first opportunity, and obviously when you're, have an extra man, there's not going to be that guy floating behind you, and this is their best chance, obviously, to tie the game.
And this was the last thing I wanted to ask you before Brampton Gate. The response there at the end, again, we talked about the Vaughn hit, the extra shot on Klepov, and maybe we're talking about it a little bit too much, but there was a response there, end of the second period. Barabanov comes over to Parker Vaughn. That's in the back of the mind of that top line for this Saginaw Spirit team.
Yeah, at this point, you got to let it go. I mean, what happened, and it's time to focus on hockey. You're down a goal. Obviously, you have to be disciplined, and you don't want to go back in the box. You don't want to kill a fourth penalty, especially being down one at home. This is a big game, and we're on the edge of our seat. It's going to be a good third period.
1-goal game going into the third again. Right now, looking like a Spirit power play coming on through. We'll take a look at that penalty sheet if it is filled out right now, and we'll take one more break. Out-of-town scoreboard coming up. 1-goal game here in Saginaw. We'll see just how many other 1-goal games we have. It's brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. It's back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Unwind on a fall color tour or simply wander a while on scenic trails. Handpick ripe apples and pumpkins, savor warm donuts and fresh pressed cider, and slip into the coziness of harvest season. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at gogreat.com.
So, we're finally ready to plan for retirement, but who do we trust?
Our friends at TriStar Trust. They've been here for 25 years right here in our community, and they'll be here for the next 25.
That's the kind of team I want in my corner.
TriStar Trust helps you plan your retirement, manage your investments, and build the future you've been dreaming of. Because when it comes to your goals, it's your time to shine. Visit TriStarTrust.com.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Saginaw Spirit, we take a look at the rest of the OHL. It's our out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Erie, and Niagara. It's a one-goal game there as well. The Otters, Michael Deck, Gabriel Frasca has a pair of goals. Riley Patterson and Noah Reed, though, have the two to get Niagara back into this hockey game. Flint having some success on home ice this weekend, 5-2. Jimmy Lombardi, two more goals from Alex Kostov. A second Jimmy Lombardi tally in Urban Podrekar as well. They're feeling good going into the third period against the Guelph Storm. 1-1, things deadlocked between the London Knights and the Owen Sound attack. Brady Wasselin and Wesley Royston, the goal scorers, and this is maybe we're getting word that Ben Wilmot has added a goal as well. We'll refresh that if we can. It could be 2-1 London. 3-3 between the Windsor Spitfires and the Brampton Steelheads. If you've been listening all night, you know that's been a town in Ontario that's been of particular concern. Maybe speaking a Brampton tie game into existence is Brad Walsh, because Stankoven and two goals from Gabriel Sherratt have the Steelheads back even at 3-3. That's in the second period right now. J.C. Lemieux and Jack Nesbitt had the first three goals in the game on the Windsor Spitfire side of things. Maybe we'll keep some tabs on that. Barrie, 3-2 up over the Sioux Greyhounds. Brad Gardner, Cole Baudouin, and Calvin Crombie. The Colts goals, Jeremy Martin and Jordan Sharon, his 15th goal of the season to make it a one-goal contest as Barrie and the Sioux Greyhounds head into the third period. We'll take a quick look again at the standings in the OHL's Western Conference as they currently sit. Again, the Flint Firebirds putting some points together. They're catching up on the Sioux Greyhounds right now. London and Owen Sound, that's a particularly exciting matchup because of the 3 versus 4 seeding in the Western Conference on this particular Saturday night. And again, Saginaw trying to make up some points here on the 7th place Guelph Storm. They've got a one-goal contest here against the North Bay Battalion. 2-1 and a power play. One-goal contest here, 20 minutes to figure it out. We're back after this with third period action here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber Ford is proud to serve Bay City with the same customer service the Great Lakes Bay region has come to expect since 1907. Our Ford team of experts you know and trust are dedicated to making your experience even better. And your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at Garber Ford. Come see us in Bay City at the intersection of Euclid, Wilder, and Better. Online at GarberFordBayCity.com.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Meyer & Associates also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Battalion of North Bay have the lead. Saginaw, their first IBEW Local 557 power play. Bronson Ryan is in the box for a roughing penalty. So an early opportunity here to make some noise at the start of the third. They've been outshot in this game, outchanced, but it is a one-goal contest, and the third period is underway. Saginaw trying to get back in the win column here on this Saturday night. Levi Harper, the drop pass at center, skated into by Saginaw's Dima Zilkin. Barabanov, speed into the zone with Gervais, turned around by Greer, puck to the top of the zone, Jacob Kluche. Dropped it back. Levi Harper patiently inside the line. Chaos in front of the net, near side Dima Zilkin. Throws it on through the seam. Barabanov thought he wanted the shot, gets it back from Harper. One-timer kick there wide by the defenseman in front, Aaron Enright. Igor Barabanov from the circle. That shot off the body. Gervais rebound. Great save by Lizen against the chest across. Levi Harper just inside the line again. Keeps it going. Near side. Dima Zilkin throws it on through. Looking for Barabanov. Turning puck. Kept the line by Harper. Now Barabanov. Harper again. Has to keep the feet moving. Poked away. Now by Procession. Maybe a shorthanded chance on through. And the defenseman Harper makes short work of Procession. Nikita Klepov and Parker Vaughn are in the penalty boxes for Saginaw and North Bay as well. That's why Klepov's not out in this power play for the Spirit. Gervais taken down. The puck comes free, and that's thrown down the ice by Lear Nemedovsky. .43 seconds left on Saginaw's first power play here in this contest. Kluche stops just inside the line through the stick checks. Gets it there to Sebastian Gervais. Back up at the right point. Harper near side. Zilkin didn't take the bounce he expected off the wall, and Nolan Laird will send it down to the paddle of the goaltender Papineau. Levi Harper to Carson Harmer. Chatan waiting at the blue line. Harmer dishes near side instead for James Goen. Gets it right back in the corner. Manzo's on it. Puck wheeled back around. Pulled off the wall by Graydon Jones on his backhand. Puts it back down low. This is Carson Harmer. And the whistling and tapping of the sticks means Bronson Ryan is out. Back at even strength. Seam with a shovel shot tipped in front. Maybe getting a piece was Listen. Goes into the corner now behind the net. Another penalty's coming. It's going to come against North Bay. Papineau to the net. Or to the bench, rather. The extra attacker's coming. And Nick Seamer's shot goes up into the netting. It'll be a holding call. That sends Saginaw right back to the IBEW Local 557 power play. As Vaughn and Klepov get out of the box. Adrian Manzo to sit down.
North Bay did a great job in the kill early, jumping all those passing lanes. And, unfortunately for them, they take a penalty at the end there. And we'll get a chance to see, hopefully, Klepov a power play at full strength.
And that is the difference. Great face-off win there by Carson Harmer. The second unit is going to start out this man advantage. Wellenwright is going to pump that down the ice. Caleb Papineau to drop it off for Graydon Jones. But Barabanov was filling in Klepov's typical spot in the right wing circle on that Spirit power play. We'll see what the second unit can do here to start out. Jacob Kluche kind of pulling double duty. As Procession can't get it out past Graydon Jones. Back underneath, Harmer ties up there with Enright. They use the wall. The Wellenreiter there to seal it off and get out past Nick Sema. Klepov and Barabanov are back out on the ice here. 4 power play goals each to lead Saginaw. Jones in for Gervais. Halfway through their second man advantage. Klepov with Amidovsky there. Sebastian Gervais goes up and over the hand of Laird. And to chase it down in front of the penalty box is Levi Harper. Pass reeled in by Igor Barabanov. In with speed. Stops up, drops it off. Zilkin there. Back up high. Harper. Lots of room. Klepov. Right circle. Waits. Doesn't take the shot. Throws it back through. This is Barabanov. Left circle. Takes his shot. Partially blocked. And the right pad of Listen did the rest of the job. One more chance on this Spirit power play. 4 for 19 in their last 5 games. Pretty much par for the course. Just around 21%. They're at 20% on the season entirely. Zilkin for Klepov. Off the wall. Zilkin wheeled around. Gervais waits for it. Brings possession with him. Nice move. Harper's got room over. One-time shot blocked by Enright off the stick of Klepov. Zilkin's got it again. Cycles it back up the boards. Gervais. Wanted the drop off for Barabanov. It was read well by Procession. And the Battalion cleared. Caleb Papineau knocks it down. And then there's not a ton of time on this power play. No passing option as Barabanov's in. Manzo out of the box. Battalion kill not just 1, but 2 penalties to start the third period. Saginaw 2 shots on those power plays. Ignat Pazzi turned around by Trevor Thoyer. Bronson Rye is going to have Brody Papoy sneak down in between himself and the boards. Miroslav Shatan up high. Keeps things alive. Josh Flavin backhands it in. Kent Greer, first man to it for the Battalion. Up to Shamar Moses. Shatan on him. On to the official down for now. This is Greer. Looking to fly the zone. Stretch pass. Ignat Pazzi. Jax Pereira joins the rush. Broken up by Josh Flavin. Trevor Thoyer. The stick checks on Ignat Pazzi. And he gets around the outstretched arm of Miroslav Shatan. Now Pereira has to be fought off by Glavin. Bronson Rye. Now for Moses. North Bay has their first turn in the offensive zone here in the third. Backdoor Pazzi. He scores! A pass that snuck through everybody and up over the shoulder of Caleb Papineau. Ignat Pazzi found a crossbar earlier. He's found the back of the net here in the third period, his 4th of the year. Make it 3-1.
Well done by Pazzi there. I mean, he knocked down that sauce pass and quickly wasted no time with it. Right up over the glove. 3-1 North Bay.
And a release. The pass kind of fooled everybody. Able to settle it down in the skates. Yeah, he did not have a lot of time to get that thing through. Pazzi's 4th of the year. Right after they kill a couple of penalties to start the frame. North Bay's got a 2-goal lead here in the third. Moses and Ryan pick up the assist. That's Bronson Ryan, second helper of the game. Kapitaritis. Back up now is Arseni Pronin trying to get around Hayden Barks. This puck is spun, and Nick Sema. Maybe incidental contact there with Dubrovtsev. Sema's got his pocket picked by Ryder Carey. Storch tries to pick it back. Manzo just put there by Sema. This one's moved back out by Saginaw's Wilson. Now Liam Storch back in. Sema trying to turn the tables back for Saginaw. Manzo gets into his grill. Parker Vaughn hounded there by Saginaw's Liam Storch. Manzo back in front of his own net. Sema having a bark at the North Bay bench. Barabanov's back in for the Spirit. From the point, that one just floated in front. Broken play there. Zilkin just gets jammed up by Jack Lisson. And the Battalion come out the other way. This is Procession. From the corner, James Go. Hit awkwardly there by Procession. Play continues. Puck right on the top of the blue crease. Almost a friendly fire there between Go and Klepov. Barnes, Barabanov, now Klepov again. Looks to take advantage of the ice out to the right. Shut down by Enright. Jilkin moves his puck around. Barabanov has Greer after him. Enright right back to it. For Wellenreiter. Backhands it up and out. Skips past Glavin. Icing's been waved off. As Harper and Vaughn come together, this is Saginaw's Glavin. Drop pass for Gervais. Back underneath. Enright. Free-flowing play here in the third period. Ignat Pazzi waiting at the blue line. He's got the Frames' lone goal so far. Glavin against Nolan Laird. Pazzi takes the check from Gervais. Stays with the puck. Takes it right to the net. Ignat Pazzi and a right pad save made by Papineau. Some more fine work moving laterally to make it to keep it a 3-1 game. Grant Harper pursues this for the Battalion. Gives there to Ignat Pazzi. Head up, shot right into the glove. Caleb Papineau saw it the whole way. Makes the save. A couple of big stops here in the third for Papineau. Pazzi's got the goal that makes it 3-1. 12:05 left in the third. Back in a minute.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
Hi, this is Nick Sema, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
Back inside the Dow Event Center, a 3-1 lead here for North Bay. Ignat Pazzi picks up his 4th of the season. North Bay's first-round import selection back in 2023. He's had some really good looks in this game entirely, but he's had the best looks of the third period so far. Shut down by Caleb Papineau just a couple of minutes after the goal. Carson Harmer up through center ice. To the near side, Nick Sema is offside. That'll bring up another face-off in the neutral zone and a little bit more. Sema tied up. It was a conversation between Nick Sema and Shamar Moses prior to one of those last commercial breaks. Some jawing for one another. Not too many former teammates in North Bay remain for Nick Sema. Again, it's been 3 seasons since he was a member of the Battalion. Ethan Procession was a rookie alongside Sema back in that 21-22 or 22-23 season. Sema's got this to make a short pass up through center. Brody Papoy, cross ice looking for Nick Sema. Nolan Laird pushes this back around. Papineau there to play it. Manzo, point shot, high, saved by Papineau, saw it at the last second. Hayden Barch makes sure that Amidovsky can't get to that rebound, but Amidovsky puts the shoulder back into Barch. Puck is into the bench. 11:25 to go in the third. Good defensive play there by Barch in front of the Spirit net. Could have been a grade A opportunity for Liam Amidovsky, who does not need many grade A opportunities.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, you can see it there. He swung at it, but Barch notably knew the danger existed, cleared the front.
D-zone face-off here for Zilkin. Shot off the draw, tipped on its way through. Save made by Papineau. The rebound, they score. It was jammed loose. Thought Papineau had it. And the loose puck fired through the goaltender by Shamar Moses to make it 4-1.
Well, North Bay just taken right off the face-off. You got 4 bodies going straight to the net. Nothing Papineau can do or see. I mean, it was just a sea of players collapsing and wanting it a little bit more.
Thought for a second that Papineau would have had that covered. It gets pried loose at the last second. That little jam there from Procession keeps the play alive. He's opened up a 3-goal advantage for his team. Shamar Moses, his 3rd of the season. More collisions. Blake Barnes drilled by Moses. Taking liberties now. Barnes will try to get back. Herrera hit by Zilkin. We'll see more of this. Barnes gets run off again by Shamar Moses. Barabanov for James Go. Now a penalty coming against North Bay. Papineau to the bench. 10:46 here in the third, and the frustration mounting on the Saginaw side of things, though they will find themselves back on the man advantage. Moses being escorted back over by the officials. Maybe one hit too many.
Wow, I mean, what a shift by Shamar Moses.
Yeah.
Put 3 players on their back immediately following a goal. I mean, that would be a shift to replay for sure.
Well, and one of those has picked them an interference penalty. 10:46 left in this third period. So the Spirit do find themselves on the IBEW Local 557 power play for the third time in this game. Gervais wins the drawback, takes some stick work up high. As Laird can't get it out, Harper got to move that puck over. Klepov near side, knocked down by Gervais. Jilkin back up to the left point. Barabanov there for Levi Harper. Center point, back down low, and looking for the tip with Jilkin. Doesn't come off the stick the right way. Harper again over. Klepov, one-timer goes off the body and wide. Bronson Ride again. A couple of assists in this game. Ride, big-time block there. And a penalty coming up as Jilkin got tied up with one of the Battalion. Papineau touches the puck. That'll do it for the Spirit power play. 10:09 to go in the third period. And Jilkin's got a thing or two to say about it. Tripping the call. As Jilkin gets put in the box, that's it for Saginaw's power play opportunity.
Well, the arm went up from a long way away. Behind the net, just a puck battle, and, that penalty was called from the opposite Covenant Healthcare logo in the defensive zone.
Jilkin sits on the tripping penalty. Don't think anything else will be handed out. Had a few words to say. We maybe have seen a 10-minute misconduct handed out there in that case, but not this time. Just 2 to Jilkin. We'll skate it 4-on-4 for a little bit. Miroslav Satan to Jacob Kluche. Go. Slaps it down low. Fumbled there by Satan. Gotten back here. This is Wellenreiter. Maybe a 2-on-1 with Pazzi. Wellenreiter handcuffed there by James. Going to save is made by a sprawling Papineau. As Ignat Pazzi did find that chance right on the doorstep. It was kind of a broken play, but it ends up as a scoring opportunity anyway.
Yes, Satan fighting the puck a little bit there in the offensive end. And just nothing's going right for Saginaw right now. I mean, they got to find something, pick up the tempo, and have some urgency here. 9 minutes to go. Make something happen.
53 seconds left at 4-on-4. Dubrovtsev wins the draw. Enright the shot. He scores. Up over the blocker of Caleb Papineau. Heavy release from Aaron Enright. That makes it a 5-1 game.
Well, that is a pretty first of the year for Enright. I mean, he's made some great defensive plays today. A couple big block shots, but that was a perfectly placed snapshot from the top of the circle.
Make it 5 unanswered here for the Battalion. As he said, first of the year for Aaron Enright. Klepov brings it back in here for the Spirit. Blake Barnes. Cross ice. Barabanov. Poked away at the last second by Ryder Carey. This is Enright. Dusted off and moved to Greer. Long shoot in off the paddle of Saginaw's Papineau. Greer from the right point. Shot broken up. Harper rolling puck. It gets through Papineau and in. Broken up on the doorstep, I think, by Harper. And as Papineau tries to sweep it to the corner, it just gets through. Kent Greer has made it 6-1.
Yeah, as soon as that touched a stick, it had some spin on it. It was an absolute change-up. Just nothing going right for White. Just an odd goal.
Harper gets a piece. Papineau gets a piece of it on the way by. It hits the goalpost a little bit and off the right skate. It's been that kind of night here. 6-1. Battalion walk into the offensive zone again. Here comes Vaughn. Cam Warren's been given an assist. Not 100% sure about that one, as he's engaged in U17 action right now up in Nova Scotia. Parker Vaughn up through center. Give and go. Into the offensive corner. He's hung up there by Glavin. And now the Battalion find themselves on the power play, and that one tipped wide. This is Brant Harper. Just a couple of seconds left on the Dima Zilkin penalty for tripping. Ignat Pazzi out of the corner again. Cronin. Shot snapped wide. Spirit have killed things off. We'll see if Zilkin is able to make anything happen here for the Spirit, either on the scoreboard or physically. He's been known to have the temper flare up in games like this.
Second assist on that last big goal is credited to
Parker Vaughn does pick up that assist, and Hayden Barks runs down. Shamar Moses on the receiving end of that check. Ignat Pazzi down the left side trying to drive wide there. Papineau with the poke check. Pazzi out of the corner. And again, a week and a day until these two meet again up in North Bay. Manzo walks away from Trevor Thoyer. This is moved back down low. Barch, pocket pick by Pazzi. Shamar Moses comes back, cross-check there. We get back at Barch and a delayed penalty coming. That can't feel great for Barch. Moses going to bark at him, but he's back on his way into the penalty box again. Moses got some more for Barch. Well, cross-checking will see Saginaw back to the IBEW Local 557 power play the fourth time today.
Yeah, Shamar Moses was not a fan of being on the receiving end of a hit. He's thrown a handful of those tonight.
So the Spirit an opportunity to make things a little bit closer here. Down by 5, 7:08 left in regulation. Jokin back in behind the net. Klepoff. Fumbled on that pass. Levi Harper can't keep it in front of himself. Wellenreiter up for possession. Little hip check there by Levi Harper. So Igor Barabanov on this puck. Far side Klepoff. Bronson right on him. Wellenreiter to take away that room. Spirit will get out of it. Harper, the shot block on its way through. Dancing puck. Barabanov shoveled there, and that one's blocked as well and cleared. Caleb Papineau well out of his net to play that now to Levi Harper. Igor Barabanov. Sebastian Gervais. Harper trying to creep in. And a little bit of a shot there. Monzo goes into Jack Lisson. 6:22 to go. Lisson a little stirred up. Nolan Laird having words for Igor Barabanov right now. Good to see that Lisson no worse for where I was expecting, again, the way that this game has gone, I was expecting a little bit of a crowd to follow Levi Harper there. Frustrating game. Just the extra little bump for Monzo into his goaltender. Nolan Laird to take the draw at center against Carson Harmer. 46 seconds gone on the Shamar Moses cross-checking penalty. Nick Sema back in for the Spirit. Then back around. James Go hit by Greer. Carson Harmer moves it back up to the right point. This is Nick Sema. Braden Jones laid along. James Go, left circle, waiting, puts it back door there, and a swing and a miss. Carson Harmer thought he had a tap in. Nick Sema for Jones and then back. Sema the shot up into the glass. Braden Jones around. This is intercepted, and Amadovsky finds a way out off the far boards. Caleb Papineau there for Jones. Dropped off. Harmer to Kluche. One-handed in by Sema. Jax Pereira on it now for the Battalion. Hit by Kluche. 2 against 2, not much puck movement here. Final moments of the Spirit power play. Parker Vaughn spins, and that'll take care of that. Braden Jones back for Zach Wilson. Out of the box, here comes Shamar Moses. We'll see what else happens here in the final 5 or so minutes of the third. Storch back on through, gets hit there by Moses. Zach Wilson hit by Parker Vaughn. Jax Pereira. Back up now, this is Moses. Pereira taken down by Wilson, play going to continue. Brody Papoy, stick lift to get away from Parker Vaughn. Tries to skate it back out into the neutral zone. Vaughn all over him. Papoy gets stood up. Miroslav Satan back in his own end. Satan lost the handle. March going to lose this as well. Battalion flip a bouncing puck on through, taken back by Papoy. Takes a heavy check. Liam Storch runs out of room and just pushes a puck wide. Listen, lost his goal stick there. Cross ice feet. Here comes Carey. Out of the offensive end. Ryder Carey into this corner. And back up. Leposki, the shot goes off some bodies. And out the other side, Blake Barnes trying to get out of danger. Dubratsev takes care of that. And this is Ryder Carey up high. Leposki. Cross ice. Little fumble there for Manzo. Leposki has it back again at center. This one wheeled back in. Caleb Papineau there for the Spirit. Josh Glavin giving a go. Around and out for Blake Barnes. And that puck into the netting, or into the bench, rather. 3:36 here in regulation. 6-1. Battalion have the lead. We'll close out this third period after this here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Carroll, Croswell, and Sebring factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Welcome back inside the Dow Event Center. Third period here between Saginaw and North Bay. The Battalion up firmly 6-1 here in this game. They bounced back in a big way after a 9-3 loss down I-75 at the Dork Financial Center to the Firebirds last night. 2 straight wins for the Battalion that have seen them hit the 6-goal mark. 6-2 against Niagara on home ice back on November the 2nd. This one off the skates of Jacob Cloutier. It'll be picked up by Saginaw's Sebastian Gervais. Cloutier gets it to Gervais in the corner. To the right point, James Go. Now Jones. Shot shovel, tipped in front, stopped by Lisson. Cloutier there knocking on the door. And Lisson's able to hold it shut. It's the 16th shot he's seen in this game. 15 stops for Jack Lisson. And again, after he and Mike McIver split duty last night in Flint, 4 goals on 10 shots for Jack Lisson, so a bounce-back performance there. And again, that was in relief. As Wellenreiter shoots and scores. Past the blocker of Papineau. Could not be tied up there by the back-checking Spirit players. 2:49 left in regulation. 7-1 North Bay.
Just disappointing. I mean, another situation where just a defensive collapse and way too much room, just hanging your goalie out to dry, and tough.
Third of the season for Nick Wellenreiter. Had a goal against the Flint Firebirds last night. Goals in back-to-back games. And the Battalion continue to pour it on here in the third. Wilson to Liam Storch at center. Miroslav Satan. High shot. Gloved and held by Lisson. 2:36 left here. As it'll be an offensive zone face-off for Saginaw. Again, Chris Lazary hinted during Coach's Corner about the impending arrival of Uri Rauja, Saginaw's third selection in this year's import draft. Was playing with HKM Zvolin in the Slovakian U20 League. And this is at age 17. He and Levi Harper share an October 3rd of 2008 birthday. So recently turning 17. Uri Rauja playing in the U20 League over in Slovakia. 22 points in 16 games. And soon to make his Spirit debut. Procession back in. It was high there on Wilson. And that'll be a call. Wilson slow to get back up. And Josh Glavin's had about enough. Trying to get something back. Liam Storch is tied up with Wellenreiter right now. And Zach Wilson might be cut on this play. As Procession getting a couple more pops at Josh Glavin as those two go down to the ice. Now, Zach Wilson did not play in North Bay this year. Played last year and actually attended Kitchener Rangers camp as a free agent invite earlier this season. Procession just now being pulled off of Saginaw's Josh Glavin. Wilson a tap on the shin guards for Josh Glavin, saying, hey, thanks for sticking up for me. 2:02 left in the third. There you see the hands up high.
Yeah, stick right to the chin there.
That is a lot of force to be taken up high right in the chin there. Again, from that stick of Procession. Well, we were just talking last night in Kitchener. Jacob Zhu, Ranger defenseman, got a 4-game suspension for a slash to kind of the base of the neck on one of the Sudbury Wolves. Again, 2 hands up high there, and it looks like Procession kind of tags Zach Wilson right on the button with the stick. 2-minute minor. Back in the North Bay dressing room. He's done his job, though, in this game. Ethan Procession picked up an assist. 7 for 15 from the face-off circle. Put some heavy shifts in for the North Bay Battalion here in what is right now a 7-1 lead. But Saginaw back to the power play. Fifth power play chance here for the Spirit. Arseni Pronin to serve it. Carson Harmon and Nick Seaman, they'll play catch down to the goal line. Wanted to go back in front for Jacob Kluche. Off the boards, Seema. Off the wall, Kluche tried to spin it there, taken away. After bouncing up in the air, Carson Harmon back on this puck at center. Amidovsky, a shoulder there for Graydon Jones. Harmer for Kluche. Not sure if we'll see Klepov or Barabanov or Levi Harper here at the end of this game for the Spirit, despite the power play. Just with the tone it's taken physically. Caleb Papineau to drop things off to Graydon Jones. Jones for James Go. Back over to Trevor Thoyer, and that might be the answer to that question of the final power play unit here. This one back out, Graydon Jones at center. Spirit back in action next week, Thursday night up in Barrie at Sadlin Arena. Manzo hops in here for a shorthanded chance. That's a save by Papineau. Manzo's able to squeak right between the wickets on Jones, and the outlet pass from Harmer coughed up. Manzo back in behind the Spirit net. Papineau just has to wave this away from the shorthanded Parker Vaughn. Trevor Thoyer takes him into the boards, and Parker Vaughn going to take the rest of the clock here in this third period. Nick Seema trying to get his money's worth there. Barnes up for Shatan, and right on him. North Bay continues their weekend. They're in Sarnia tomorrow, a 2:05 puck drop with 2 more points in their back pocket. That's all from the Dow Event Center in this one. Final score in the game, North Bay 7, Saginaw 1. 16 save performance for Jack Lisson. as the Battalion secure 2 more points here on this Saturday night. They improved to 9-9 on the season. Saginaw 6-8-3-2. And they've got fresh, clean slate on a road trip coming up next week. Barrie, Sudbury, and the North Bay Battalion again. So this one will be very much in the back of the mind. We'll take a break. Post-game, Applebee's 3 stars. Applied innovation, look ahead at the road for the Spirit. And some closing thoughts on a disappointing Saturday here for the Dow Event Center. Back after this post-game here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at GarberChesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net, that's srrn.net, to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
To say the least, 7-1 final score. We'll take it back through a final 20 minutes of play that were dominated by the visitors. 5 unanswered markers in that third period for the Battalion. Ignat Pazzi got the scoring started after the Spirit unsuccessful on 2 power play opportunities to start off the third period. Pazzi's 4th of the season gets the Battalion up to a 3-1 lead, and Ethan Procession able to rip that puck away from Caleb Papineau. It would be potted home by Shamar Moses. 3rd of the season, makes it 4-1. The Battalion off the draw. That was probably the final nail right there. Aaron Enright right off the draw to make it 5-1 about halfway through the period. And this was the insult to injury afterwards. Bouncing puck off Harper, off Papineau in the back of the net on a slow rolling shot off the stick of Kent Greer. And one more finds the back of the net. Nick Wellenreiter later, as Ignat Pazzi finds his name on the score sheet again, the pass into the circle. And Wellenreiter's 3rd beats Papineau to make it 7-1. One more look at our final stats. Brought to you by Raymond. 11-5, the shots for North Bay in that third period. 34-17 in the game entirely. No power play goals in that game. Both teams combined 0 for 9, if you can believe it. But 7-1 the final score. And the goal scorers, they are many in that third period. One more time, we'll bring it back up inside the Town Play Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Dylan Clark, Brad Walsh. Walshy, one for Saginaw to shake off, one for North Bay, maybe to build on there an offensively talented third period.
Yeah, North Bay they outcompeted, doubled us up in shots, and probably triple or quadrupled us in hits. I mean, they came in, they know their identity. They're going to run through you and just try to outwork you.
And from a regrouping standpoint on the Spirit side of things, how do you, and again, it's not going to happen tonight, but how do you handle and digest a game like that?
Right. I mean, this is just one of those wake-up calls, or, you get kicked in the teeth, and you got a big road trip coming up. So, I mean, it's a lot of reflection between now and then. I mean, that's a unhappy group, I'm sure. That locker room's not having too much fun.
Let's take a look at our 3 stars in tonight's game. Again, North Bay explodes for 5 goals in the third period. 3 stars in tonight's game. brought to you by Applebee's. Walter, who you got?
We got Aaron Enright. He had a great game defensively and with a nasty snipe there in the third. Shamar Moses, 1 goal, 1 assist, and 35 body checks.
Yeah.
And Ryder Carey with that big first goal and was all over the ice. Just humming. They had a lot of energy, and they're going to carry that into Sarnia tomorrow.
Yeah, the weekend continues for the North Bay Battalion. Bounced back from a loss last night, pick up a win here, and Sunday afternoon, 2:05 against the Sarnia Sting. And what's the road ahead here for the Saginaw Spirit? It's brought to you by Applied Innovation. They go out on the road. Their longer trip through the Central Division. Barrie on Thursday the 13th. Sudbury Saturday the 15th after a travel day on Friday. And would you look, the North Bay Battalion on Sunday, so a chance at maybe some redemption. North Bay looking for another opportunity at the Bort Longyear Memorial Gardens on Sunday. That'll be a 3 o'clock puck drop. Our pregame of those contests will start 15 minutes prior to puck drop on 100.5 FM WSGW. Of course, the hometown broadcasts can be heard and watched on Flow Hockey. Your Applied Innovation look ahead. 3 more games on the docket for Saginaw next weekend. Hopefully they can come back to the Dow Event Center with a handful of points in the back pocket. 7-1, the final score in this one. North Bay rides a 5-goal third period of victory. Andy Harrington's been running the production back in the room for our broadcast. For Brad Walsh, thanks to all of them. And my name's Dylan Clark. Thanks to all you for watching. We'll be back next week. Good night, Saginaw. We'll talk to you next time.
You've been listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. All season long, the Spirit play on WSGW 100.5 FM and online WSGW.com. We now return to regular programming on WSGW.